Welcome to another edition of Morse World TV. I'm your host, Brother Talker. Baby, we're going to have a serious talk today. Press 7 if you hear me. We need everybody in the building today. We're calling for a Moorish court for Malik Zulu Shabazz. I'm calling on all generals. I'm calling all generals, all formations. I'm calling all generals, all formations. I need y'all to tag all generals. What up, Love Queen? I need all generals, all formations. Come forth. All generals. That's right. We need Anubis. We need Huey P. We need Geronimo Pratt. We need everybody to come forth. Today is the day of reckoning. That's right. Today is the day of reckoning. We need the freedom fighters. That's right. We need all of them. Today is the day of reckoning. What up, Ron? Because we're not going to keep going through this all day. Either you generals are suckers or y'all going to man up. And if you can't fight the enemy within, there's no way you can fight the enemy without. So I'm asking, are y'all just playing? I'm asking. The evidence have been put forth. The propaganda is through the roof. So I'm asking all of you generals, all of you leaders of these formations that's mad at Tahaka Bay, I gave you the truth. The one that is not giving you the truth. In fact, he's so arrogant and he's so bold that he will lie to you, play you, and still come around you. But you mad at me, the podcaster. This arrogant Negro is no different than a European oppressive, no good slaveholder. He's so arrogant that he will lie to you. He will play you. He will throw propaganda right in front of your face and come around you like he ain't did nothing wrong. And you begin to question yourself. Man, he seemed cool. He seemed all right. I'm talking about Malik Zulu Shabazz. This arrogant fool. He will come around you as if he did no wrong. Shake your hand, bump your fist, hug you, give you accolades, call you a true revolutionary, call you a good man, call you a good woman, call you a strong sister. When at the same time, setting you up on dead-end missions, running you down the South and the Midwest. Very seldom do he go out West Coast. And he's supposed to be from the West Coast. But very seldom do you see him on the West Coast. Kind of strange, huh? He sticks close to D.C. for the most part. He sticks close to D.C. for the most part. You hear what I say? Y'all don't feel like suckers yet? Oh, you mad at Tahaka Bay? Oh, I get it. You mad at the one that tell you the truth. You mad at the podcaster, I get it. But you ain't mad at the one that inspired you to spend your money, take from your babies, your grandbabies, and your family to go around the country on a dead-end monkey mission. You're not mad at him. You're not mad at him. You mad at the podcaster that give you receipts and tell you the truth, even at the risk of humiliation, slander, lies, threats, etc. You mad at the podcaster. See, I told you the truth. See, I told you before he put on his page, and we'll go over it again, that this was all a publicity stunt to bring attention to the Teal movie. I told you about the Teal movie before him. I told you about the Teal movie before his new sidekick, John. See, I told you the truth. Show me where I lied to you at. Please, anybody want the link? Show me what I lied about. See, what we need to do is like Goldie say, what we need to do is get rid of all the pimps and all the pushers. And then we got to start all over. Why y'all sitting around let this man lie to you, play you, continue to spit the same rhetoric month after month, year after year, week after week? Why? Are we that slow? Are we that goofy? Do we have generals that is that goofy that you can't see through somebody trying to play you? Are we that bad? We that dumb? Have we gotten to the point where we can't even see when one of our own is playing us for an idiot? Man, we better wake up. We better wake up. Because this European, he ain't playing with you. He ain't playing with you. Thank you, Black Seminole. This European, he ain't playing with you. This European is bold. These foreigners are bold. Let me show you how bold these foreigners are. These foreigners, they'll come from a foreign country, can't even speak English, find the hood, go into the hood, set up shop, sell dope bottles, sell dope caps, sell dope bags, sell liquor, sell everything. But if you tell one of us, let's start a business, I don't know, it's dangerous around there. I don't want to, somebody going to rob me. The Korean person, they sell fried chicken, they sell greasy fries and all the nasty little salty food that they can sell, sugar down drinks to the babies. They come in there like it ain't no problem. But when you are talked about, you want to create a business in the inner city, in the low down part of the city, the first thing that you say is, well, I don't know, I don't want to get robbed. But see, this is how bold, this is how slavery has messed your mind up. This is how being oppressed, mental slavery has messed your mind up. We live, Keish. We live, sis. This is how mental slavery has messed us up. In the same way that we are docile. The same way that we are docile. When a Korean come in and sell us some greasy, handed down chicken that could be rat. Sell us some Chinese food that they don't eat. The Arabs sell the cigarettes, the weed, and the whatever else they can sell. The same way that we're docile with that, we're 10 times as docile when a Malik Zulu Shabazz come around. We're 10 times as docile. Soon as he yell cracker, we believe that he's for us. Soon as he yell black power, we believe that he's for us. Soon as he begin to shout crazy comments of the latest news story that's going on, we believe he's for us. Well, I tell you this, excuse my expression, you a got dug on fool. You are a got dug on fool. Because the worst thing that you can do is forget your past. A man or a woman that don't know their history, of course, they have no chance in the present nor in the future. Don't we know this saying? A person without history. What? A person without history. What? Study Malik history. Let's stop being goofy. Let's stop being emotional and study the history. Let's stop it. Let's grow up a little bit. All these generals mad at Tahaka Bay. Pick up the phone and call me. If you don't want to go live, Pick up the phone and call me. I'm a grown man, a fully grown man. Pick up the phone and call me. And I guarantee you that you will have a difference of opinion of your brother Tahaka Bay. Because I'm your brother. See, one that loves you tell you the truth for real. One that tries to play you, he tell you something or she tells you something that sounds like the truth. The one that love you will tell you the truth even if you turn to hate on the one that told you. That's real love. That's real power. That's real power. And the only way that we will begin to get our power back if we are able to accept the truth, the raw, uncut truth. And until we can accept the raw, uncut truth about ourselves with evidence, not just talking gossip, evidence. Don't confuse Tahaka Bay with gossip. Don't confuse it with gossip. Look at the evidence. It would be, listen, I am the most unique show on social media that is shadow banned. I seen Mason Betha come out recently because they said he beat somebody with some money. And you know what Mason Betha said? I got receipts. Everybody talking about they got receipts. Tasha K, she started talking about receipts. You know who the first to start talking about receipts? Huh? You know who the first start talking about receipts? This is the original receipt show. Nobody was doing screen shares like everybody was talking heads. Can I get a 7? Everybody on the internet, I don't care if I got 24,000 subscribers and my videos only go 5,000 to 10,000 in 2 weeks. Guess what? I am the first one to talk about receipts. I'm the first one that show a screen share. Here it is. I'm the one. So them people peeking in, and now everybody got receipts. Everybody got receipts. But this is the original receipt show. Talk to them, Cryptonomics. They don't hear me, crypto. This is the original. Let me tell you something. With y'all watching the Moorish World TV Citizens, with 5,000 views, and you got people like goofy people out there, I ain't gonna name no names, they got 60,000 views. Give me y'all 5,000 strong views. Give me 5,000 strong people. Give me 5,000 strong people that want some change. We'll run circles around those crazy clowns with 60,000 views. We'll run circles around them. We'll run circles around the goofies. Easy. We can play jacks and beat them with one hand. Bap, bap, bap. I'm on twosies. Bap, threesies. Bap. I'm on foursies. Bap. We can play jacks and beat them with one hand. I'm on fivesies. Bap, bap. Get up out of here. Give me 5,000 strong people. 5,000 subscribers. I don't need 20,000. I don't need 60,000. I don't need none of that. Give me 5,000 strong. Oh yeah, we working on something right now, family. Oh yeah, remember the Moorish World Band? Oh, we about to gas up. See, it's going to another level now. We about to gas up. You know what I mean? Because this thing, like, I got a few things I want to say before I get started. If you all know any elders in the Black Power community as it relates to the Black Panther Party, the original Black Panther Party, on my website, I'm going to put a donation page. You hear what I just said? I'm going to put a donation page on there. I want y'all to direct them to the donation page because we got some work to do. Why do I say that? The elders have suffered at the hands of the fake Malik Zulu Shabazz and his running around like the new Black Panther Party. The elders have suffered. The new Black Panthers intersected with the original real Panthers. They were unable to do lectures. They were unable to sell books about the true history and what revolution and what political science was all about as it relates to benefiting our people. The original revolutionaries lost a lot at the hands of the fake Malik Zulu Shabazz. They know it. They know it. And if they watching tonight, you know I'm not lying. You lost a lot. I'm here to make sure you regain that which you lost. I'm going to open the door for you to walk through, and you can be able to teach people what it means to be a real revolutionary again and not be mixed up with this fake camera and ambulance chasing. I'm talking to the elders right now. Bear with me. The elders that put in work, that went to prison, that got out of prison, some still in prison, that wrote memoirs, that wrote books, that wanted to go talk to the youth, but was confused with this monkey show, with this clown show, with this ambulance chasing attention egomaniac show that's been going on. They've been confused. Well, it's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new day today. And we're going to open up the way so we can bring the education back of what it means to be a revolutionary. That's right. And I'm going to need your support. Because listen, I've studied this, and this is to the elders. I studied this. And between you and I, y'all could not shut down Malik Zulu Shabazz. And this is why, family, not because you was incapable, but I don't think you understood the changing of the guards. Changing of the guards don't mean that a Malik Zulu Shabazz takes over, but the changing of the guards mean that the time is shifting. So we went from a writing age and a talking age to a digital age and a talking age. And he was able to make the transition. You follow what I'm saying? Thank you, Crip. Support the platform, fam. True receipts and knowledge coming through. Malik was able to make the transition from the carbon copy page age to the digital age. He wasn't able to do a good job at it, but he was all right with it. See, Malik was able to go from the CNN age, the MSNBC age, the Fox News age, to the digital age. He wasn't very good at it. See, most of the original revolutionary was strictly from the writing age and the orating age or the speaking age. And they wasn't able to because whatever it was, they got some time or they got held back, something. You know what I mean? They wasn't able to make that transition into this digital age. Well, elder, I'm your guy. I'm your guy. I know every move he gonna make before he make it. I know every lie that he's preparing to set up for the slam dunk. I know what he gonna do before he do it. This is how I knew that they were promoting a movie the unconventional way. So for the elders that see him running around talking about Carolyn, for the elders that see him running around talking about we're going to go capture her, for those who are not aware, that's how they do advertisement on social media these days. Social media advertisement goes by the way of current events. It goes by the way of TikToks. It goes by the way of YouTube, Facebook, and most importantly, once again, current events. That's how they bring attention to things, by associating current events with what they're trying to sell. Y'all press 7 with me. Y'all, this is the knowledge coming through. You hear what I say? You hear what I say? They associate advertisement, commercialization with a reality that is happening now. So the video goes viral. The video goes viral about them pulling up on the old folks' home, but it's really about bringing attention to a movie that's about to come out. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. And Malik is arrogant enough and also confident enough to think that you're dumb enough to not to pull the layer off. So in fact, he thinks you stupid. That's you too, General. Whoever you are. He thinks you stupid. He thinks he's smarter than you. One thing about a narcissist, they believe that they are smarter than everybody in the room. One thing about a wise man or a wise woman, if they think that they're the smartest one in the room, they get out of the room and they enter a room where they have people smarter than them. That's right. A narcissist and a fool think they are the smartest person in the room. A wise person get out of that room and they go to a room where they're not the smartest, so they can gain some knowledge and move into a higher plateau. You hear what I say? You hear what I say? Family, we about to get busy. Yeah, we about to get busy. We about to get busy. It's not a game. It's not a game. Family, I want you to share this to all the generals, because I got a message for them when I open and close this show. So we might as well get ready to get busy. Let it go.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. If you a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you you wasn't black, proved it with straight facts. You tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. Family, see y'all tonight, 9:30. Let's go. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number.
So again, welcome to another edition of Morse World TV. We're about to get it in. And this is the original receipt show. And I want y'all to take in this lesson. Also, also pass it around. You follow me? Also pass it around. Because if we don't do something, you can bet your last dollar that we're going to be facing this again. Maybe your children, somebody else going to be facing this again. So let's get it, family. First of all, y'all are aware that they caught Carolyn Bryant. Y'all are aware of that, right? Not caught her. They know where she's at. Right? Y'all are aware of that, I'm sure. I hope y'all are aware of that by now. They know where Carolyn Bryant is at this hour. All right? And because they know where she is at this hour, all of the threats that was made by Malik Zulu Shabazz about hunting, going to find her and get her, that means Malik Zulu Shabazz supposed to be on his way there. Press 7 if you understand what I'm saying. See, it's like when I was growing up, if you said you was going to hit me in my mouth, you're going to have to hit me in my mouth. Like, you can't keep saying you're going to hit me in my mouth. So at this point, give me 1 second. At this point, he didn't talk too much. And see, at first, there was no Moorish World TV to hold nobody accountable. There was no Moorish World TV to say, okay, now you said it. Now you said it. You're going to have to bring it. You're going to have to do what you got to do because you said it. So at this point, because he said it, and this is not the first time that he said it, he said what he was going to do. He said what it is. And so now it's time for him to deliver.
Will citizens arrest Carolyn Bryant Donham next week for her involvement in the brutal murder of 14-year-old Emmet Till on July 28th, Thursday, in Raleigh, North Carolina, and in Greenwood and Greenville, Mississippi. Civil rights activists, organizers, and Black Panthers will be on the hunt for Carolyn at...
Now, he says that he's going to be on a hunt. They went on a hunt. We seen the videos. But today, we know where she's at. So therefore, there should be no videos talking about what you're going to do, what you was going to do, or what you might do. Every video from this day forward should be showing you apprehending Carolyn Bryant. And if you are not apprehending Carolyn Bryant, you should be exiled or retired. And the people that been running around with you, hold up. Here we go, hold up. And the people that's been running around with you has been representing for you. Like these people here, they should be dealing with you right now.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. We understand. Yeah, we already knew y'all knew we was coming.
Thank y'all for it.
Did you know we were coming today, sir?
Yes.
You did know?
Whoever's that's speaking right there should be on a bus, should be either on a bus to Kentucky or on a bus to Silver Spring, Maryland to have some questions. I sit down with Malik Zulu Shabazz. You took money out your baby's mouth. You should be on a bus to Kentucky or on a bus to Silver Spring, Maryland. Do you want the address? Huh? Y'all let this man trick you to run around the country because he promoting interest for a movie? You crazy? And you mad at me? Oh, nah. I'm going to call you on it today. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to call you on it today. Y'all ran up in all of these little places. I mean, here you go. Whoever's right here, whoever's in this picture, who knocked on the door? Who knocked on the door? Who are you? You ain't on your way to Kentucky yet? Huh? You ain't on your way to Kentucky yet? I hope you are. Prove me wrong. Make me look crazy. Go on to Kentucky. Say Carolyn Bryant. Who out there whispering? Are you on your way to Kentucky? Huh? Where you at? Where you at?
It's Carolyn Bryant. We have a warrant.
Yeah, you two. You two. The original Black Panthers. You too. See, this is what I'm saying. This is where the rubber meet the road. See, this is how you bully the bully. See, these are emotional bullies. These are emotional bullies. What they do is they play with the emotions of the people to draw interest to a situation, to get your support, get your money, and then get your endorsement so they can go on to the next ambulance chase, the next story. These are emotional bullies of our people. And half of us are so blind that we don't realize that we're being bullied and abused emotionally. Many people that take that walk want to see our people free. Many people that went knocked on them doors, I'm pretty sure they want to see our people free. But you don't know that this was a game. This was all a game, family. It was all a game. It's all a game. And I'm trying to wake you up from the game. Don't be mad at me. I mean, the game is sold, not told, but I'm giving you game for free. I'm giving you game for free. This game is free. Only thing it's doing is costing me some time and sacrifice. Some people talking about my family. Somebody going to hit me in the mouth. Somebody going to do this, that, and the third. But I'm giving you the game for free. I'm giving you the game for free. Watch this. Man, come on, man. I'm giving you the game is sold, not told. I could shut up, fall back. I'm giving you the game for free. I'm telling you. I seen this a mile away. I seen this a mile away. You follow me? Because this dude is a creep. He's a creep. I'm calling him a creep because he's a creep. He's a creep. He's playing on the emotional state of our people. That's what he's doing. And here we go. After I reported that it was about a movie that'll be coming out in October, soon after, this arrogant fool has the audacity to post it not only on the 29th, but on the 26th after I mentioned it the night before about the movie. That's an arrogant man. That's a bold man. When I let the cat out of the bag, him and John follow suit and begin to post it the next day on. Is that ironic? Is that a coinky dink? Is that a coinky dink? That after I say, oh, I figured it out. Guess what, family? There's a movie coming out. And then both of them the next day post the movie trailer is out. And they do it like you're not even going to detect anything. Like you're the idiot. Like you're the goofball. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. That means that all of y'all dressed in black, all of y'all dressed in the patch, all of y'all that's been running around, goofing around on the account of this case, he think you an idiot. He thinks you're an idiot. This is why he thinks you're an idiot. DJ Smooth say checkmate. It is. All day long, Carolina's DJ Smooth. It's checkmate. He said it right. Thank you for the super chat. It's checkmate. The reason why it's checkmate, because the moment that I talked about the movie, then him and John, they start to post the movie. What they should have act like that they was ignorant of the movie, like they was acting up until I talked about the movie. But there still wouldn't have been an escape, because eventually the movie is going to come out, and then after the movie, they are going to go silent. You hear what I say? After the movie go out, they are going to go silent. I want you to hear what I just say. In other words, once the movie finished selling its last ticket in the theaters, on Amazon Prime, or on Netflix, they will no longer be talking about Emmet Till. And I want to keep saying, I want to put it in your head so you know when you hear the quietness go in November, you will know what I was talking about. You will understand exactly what I mean. By November, December, they'll be on to the next. Mississippi has already said that they are not prosecuting. Mississippi has already said that. The only thing that you could be doing is, and I will share this right now, the only thing that you could be or should be doing, if you have concern about justice for Emmet Till, the only logical thing that you could be or should be doing is something that I received a minute ago. You follow me? Is this here. Justice for Emmet Till, hosted by General Ghazi, Black Power Coalition. And on this side, I want to stretch it for you so you can understand why I'm showing this. And on this side, give me 1 second. And on this side, it says, clarity on Carolyn Bryant Donham warrant petition status and our legal course to exacting justice. See, this is a legal situation. This is not a YouTube show. This is not a camera catching thing. This is not a ambulance chasing thing. And so I respect General Ghazi and those who are moving on a legal course of action, because ain't none of them running with Malik is going to put hands on this European. None of them going to put hands on this European. They talking stuff. They talking stuff. They will put hands on you before they go put hands on this 80-year-old European. I'm telling you, they will get mad at you and at me before they go put hands on this 80-year-old European, 88-year-old European. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. You follow what I'm saying? So the only logical thing would be, especially for an attorney that is a member of the bar, attorney like Malik Zulu Shabazz, who is a member of the bar, the only recourse would be a legal recourse. Why are you chasing cameras? Why are you chasing old folks' homes? Why are you putting up all of this facade and all of this drama? Got the true freedom fighters and true liberators looking like fools and monkeys out here. There is no liberation organization around the world would move like you. Around the world. None. The people of Move didn't move like this. None. And y'all accept this? Y'all accept this? Y'all need to ask this guy to step down. Step out the way. You're dirtying the waters for the true people that's out there to get busy. Step out the way. You follow me? Step out the way.
Suspected locations that she may be hiding. We are hearing reports that she may be subject to a citizen's arrest by private citizens if they find her.
Notice how he says she is subject for a citizen arrest by private citizen if they find her. That means this brother is thinking. You understand what I'm saying? What he's doing, he says he hears. He didn't say him, he said he's hears. You know what I'm saying? He hears. Somebody say, check my Cash App. Thank you for the Cash App. I'm gonna keep my Cash App so I can keep it open so I can see for anybody that hit the Cash App. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you, brother. Tony, I appreciate you, brother. You know what I mean? So listen to me. Now let me break it down to you. A lot of time when you hear these provocateurs talk, they try to stay from the idea of the we or the me. Listen closely when they talk. They really try to stay away from incriminating themselves. Every once in a while in their role play, they will do it. But majority of the conversation will always be they, them, or they will even use the term Black Panther Party. And the reason why they will use that, because they will say, well, which one? You know how many black, and this is how the infiltration is so muddied because he doesn't mind. You remember Malik said nobody owns Black Panther. So he doesn't mind that there's a new Black Panther North, a new Black Panther West, a Black Panther, an original Black Panther, a Black Blue Panther, a White Panther. He don't care about any of that because when it comes to trying to find out who's who, he said, listen, hey, you know, it's a bunch of Black Panthers. Hey, so we say, no one owns Black Panther. We don't own Black Panther. You don't own Black Panther. So he won't have to take ownership and responsibility. You see? So this is how he survived for over 25 years with propaganda, lies, and misinformation. Because there's a Malik Shabazz in Detroit. There's a Malik Shabazz in D.C. There's a new Black Panther in D.C. There's a new Black Panther in Texas. There's a new Black Panther somewhere that you never even heard about before. And this is how he's able to snake through. And he never say me or I. It's always, see if we can hear.
Mississippi law states that an officer or private person may arrest any person without a warrant for an indictable offense committed in their presence, or when the person has committed a felony, though not in his presence, and he has reasonable ground to suspect and believe the person proposed to be arrested has committed that felony. Clearly, Mississippi law does not require the citizen making the arrest to have actually witnessed the felony. But Carolyn Bryant now has a newfound warrant stating that she has probable cause to be arrested for kidnapping, and other facts give probable cause for manslaughter, even murder of Emmet Till. Let's hope this critical arrest can be made by the state.
You hear what he said? Let me finish. Let's hope this critical arrest can be made by the state of Mississippi. So what he's doing is he's a provocateur. He's a professional provocateur. He's so good at being a provocateur, he do it right around real revolutionaries. And real revolutionaries hear it, know what it is, and probably question themselves. If you're a revolutionary, you know you did like, yeah, I was like, why did he say that? I was like, why are we doing this? If you watching and you a real revolutionary, you know your brother ain't lying to you. You probably was right there like, why would he say that? If you went on a dummy mission, if you went on a dummy formation, if you went on a dummy call, I guarantee you at some point in time, you was like, this don't feel right. But he has that much arrogance about himself. He has that much confidence because over time, he has built the confidence off the ignorance, off the back of the ignorance of the people. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. So, this is so crazy that when you look at this situation right here, not only, this is the weird thing about it, not only do the Daily Mail reporter discover her, but the Daily Mail also covered Malik Zulu Shabazz and the shenanigans. Do you hear what I said? The Daily Mail allegedly uncovered her, but the Daily Mail also covered the shenanigans. Malik is posting the ad from the Daily Mail. This guy is so weird that he went to 4 different wrong locations and then have the nerve to say Carolyn Bryant found in Kentucky. He had the nerve to say she was found as if you had something to do with it. At the nerve, this guy is unbelievable. This is an unbelievable man. I'm telling you with a no. I ain't never seen nobody this arrogant. Never. This is an unbelievable man that will jump out the window like that. You follow what I'm saying? Look at this. This guy here.
I am the Mississippi New Black Panther Party chairman, Lorenzo. If you got a problem with anything I said, hit me up. Black Power. Black Power. Black Power. All right, Black Power. We're going to check his address out when we leave. The address is 308. Y'all keep bear with me for a minute.
308
Willow Road in Leland, Mississippi. That's what she quoted.
Look how ignorantly confident my brother is. On fire. On fire with hope that he's doing the right thing. And confidently just throwing out goofy, wrong information. General, I have no beef with you, General. But know when we're wrong. Know when we're wrong.
Quote resides at. We're going to go check that address out.
Give it out again, please.
308 Willow Street, Leland, Mississippi. We're going to check that address out to see if the Caucasian lady there. Tell her we're on our way. Don't tell her, but we're going to come any goddamn way. If you tell her whatever, we're on our way.
He's on his way to Mississippi and she's in Kentucky, and you got a paid attorney. You got a paid researcher. You know that attorney is one of the greatest researchers on the planet. Thank you for the Cash App, Sister Cece. But do you know that attorney is supposed to be a professional researcher? Anybody know that? An attorney is a professional researcher. They research and then they put all the research together to tell a story. You follow what I'm saying? And they tell a story to straighten the facts. I mean, the lies or the errors. And he's giving these people addresses. That's the best his research could do. My team could have been found her. I'm not interested in it because I'm not going to apprehend her. I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna do once I get her? I don't have a court. I don't have a cell. I ain't got no court. I ain't got no cell. What I'm gonna do with her? So that's the question I ask you. What you gonna do with her when you get her? You gonna take her to her chemo? She got cancer. You gonna help her with her oxygen, or you gonna pull her oxygen tank out? What you gonna do? This is why this is a clown show. This is a clown show on the part of Malik Zulu Shabazz, and you general should hold him accountable. Then you general should hold him accountable for trying to make you look incompetent, because he is not incompetent. He's playing the game. And he's playing the game with your loyalty and your sincerity. Malik is playing the game with your loyalty and your sincerity. Chris said, you forgot about the Moorish court. They ain't take me yet. The Moorish court is backed up. They've been telling me that for a whole year. The Moorish court is backed up. It's backlogged. They can't get Malik in the Moorish court. You know what I mean? They can't. How they gonna get Malik in there? They can't even get me in there. You know what I'm talking about? How they gonna get Malik up in there? I'm done. I mean, it's a wrap, man. But back to my point is, the crazy thing about it is, let me see.
He says to Harker Bay, Toronto Johnson.
They can't get Malik in there. They backed up.
On brother Toronto Johnson. And anybody who's riding with him.
Look, they had a Morse court on me and all of you Morse World TV citizens because y'all riding with me. We ain't been to court yet. They backlog. These goofies are crazy. You gotta laugh at these goofy people, man. Do you realize that these people have children and these children will grow up to have children, that these people will be a part of the guidance of our communities one day? Somebody got a mortgage. I call for a mortgage court. Who gonna come get me and bring me in? This is man, our people live in fantasy world. This is why it's not nice to tell your children that Santa Claus is coming down the chimney that you don't have, that Santa Claus is flying through the sky, that the tooth fairy is going to put something under the pillow, and that somebody, a naked European baby, is going to shoot you in the bottom and you're going to find love on February the 14th. That's not a good look. Stop telling your children that. Because what it does is it softens them to receive the most outrageous lies when they get older. Stop telling them that some heavyset European or brother gonna come down some chimney, you know what I'm saying, that you don't have. And if you do have, the fat man can't fit down there anyway. Don't go down, don't tell them that. I mean, don't tell them, you know what I mean, don't show them bunny rabbits, you know what I mean, carrying eggs. Don't do that. Bunny rabbits don't have anything to do with eggs. No, they're actually herbivores. They don't eat eggs. They don't carry eggs. They don't paint eggs. They don't do none of that. Don't tell your children any of that. What happens is psychologically, you soften the child up so when they turn adults, they'll believe people like a Malik Zulu Shabazz easy. See, most of these people, they believe that Santa Claus was flying through the sky. They still teach their children that. They believe that the Easter Bunny got a basket of colorful eggs, and they never associate what it has to do with anything. I mean, thank you, Gerald Payne. Gerald Payne and all. Man, I thank y'all for hitting that Cash App. Appreciate y'all. Gerald Payne, thank you. Thank you, Gerald Payne. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate y'all. But now listen. This is the motivation of this show today is I'm asking all the real generals. You don't have to do it publicly. I'm asking all the real generals. What I'm asking you is one simple thing. What I'm asking you is, I'm asking all the real generals. Something has to be done. I'm talking about Babu. I'm talking about Taco. I'm talking about General Ghazi. I'm talking about Amun. I'm talking about the jury is still out on the what's my brother named Talib. I'm talking about El Geronimo Platt Gun Club. I'm talking about all of these people that haven't stained themselves before the people. You have got to get a hold of this. It's up to you. Freedom fighters. You got to get a hold of this. You follow what I'm saying? You got to get a hold of this. Because if not, this goes on for another 25 years. Let me get into it, man. Let me get into it because I'm talking, man, because I'm kind of pumped up, man. So I'm talking, but let me just get into it real quick. So now that we know that she's alive and she's in Kentucky, she's 88 years old. All of those Emmet Till family members that was at the DA office demanding justice, if you're watching the show, know for sure you don't demand justice by protesting. That is to draw attention to a situation. The way that you demand justice is you have a competent attorney to address it from a legal standpoint. Protesting brings attention to a situation where somebody sees it, may want to help and assist you. But the ultimate balance comes in when you find the law that supports what you want done. Other than that, it's nothing but rhetoric. It's nothing but talk, no justice, no peace, on to the next street. That's all it is. It's a waste of time. So understand, what you have to understand is that a protest, there's nothing wrong with protests, but know what a protest is and what it's for. A protest only, it only brings attention to a situation. It brings attention to a situation where at the end of the day, it'll bring some help and assistance to the situation. That help and that assistance actually help to resolve the situation. Anything else is a farce. And you should check your brother and your sister who don't have a plan besides yelling at an ambulance. Malik Zulu Shabazz even had people posting for him, quote unquote, on the hunt. But at the end of the day, he's not hunting for anybody. It's all about this movie that you see. It's all about this movie that's coming out in October to build attention. And he has his team player, John Barnett. We are on the move all over in search of Emmet Till kidnapper, Carolyn Bryant Donham. Now we know that Carolyn Bryant Donham didn't kidnap anybody, but that's a trigger word. We know that most likely she was involved. And we know to what extent most likely she was involved. So why is he calling her a kidnapper? Because you are, to him, emotional. And you will bite the emotional bait, and it will go into your subconscious, and the 1,000 others, quite frankly, millions. And then he's off to the bank. He's off to the bank because there is no doubt in my mind that a check been passed about this. Because all the time that this case has been out, they looked at this case in December 2021. The FBI looked at this case at December 2021. They was thinking of reopening this case without a Malik. 2021. I don't care about the FBI. I don't care about Malik. But what I'm saying is, it didn't take Malik for the authorities to draw attention to this case. So why, after December 2021, they seen the book that the European wrote, they said, nope, we don't have anything new. And then come June, July, August, September, October. Do anybody know how long? Do we have any showman people in here? Anybody that do music? Every campaign for a new release is 90 days to 45 days. New movies, new albums, they draw interest between 90 and 45 days before. Concerts, everything. You might hear it the few weeks before it comes, but they begin to build momentum. You hear what I say? They begin to build momentum between 90 and 45 days. So this is why July the 25th, after I announce it, they admit that a movie is out, but before they would admit that a movie is out, July the 4th, 2022, Malik began to talk about Emmet Till. August, September, October. Barnett begins to talk about Emmet Till on the 24th. I got the receipts. On the 24th. July, August, September, October. The movie drops in October. See, this is the thing. If you don't understand the entertainment business, then you wouldn't understand why this is so important. If you don't understand the entertainment business, if you just watch TV and you just a consumer of something, you wouldn't know what goes into it. For instance, if you just eat Doritos because they taste good, you don't know what goes in it. You don't know how much salt in it. You don't know how much cholesterol it might cause you. You don't know because you're not interested. You're just a consumer. And it's the same thing with entertainment and information. If you're just a consumer, you don't know what goes in it. I'm telling you right now, with entertainment, it's usually a 30, 45-day period of promotion. Check it out any way you want. Check out Cat Williams. Check out anything coming to your city. Check out anywhere you want. Check it out. I'm not making this up. And this meets the same standard. Follow what I'm saying? And this is what he's up to. Now, when he brings on John Barnett is a local activist. John Barnett is a local activist, but he was trained or under the tutelage of some of the biggest swindlers in our community. Al Sharpton, mainly Al Sharpton. That's right. So being under Al Sharpton and being able to act as if that is a good teacher to be an advocate for somebody, we already know something is wrong there. But now, here we go. The problem with John Barnett, one of the main problems with John Barnett, in my book, let's see if I can find it real quick. One of the main problems with John Barnett, what does he really do? What does he really do? John Barnett is not an attorney. John Barnett is not clergy. Why do I say that? Let me tell you why I say that. Normally, we would find that most activists are usually clergy, or usually, when I say clergy, they could be the Nation of Islam, they could be Moors, they could be whatever the case may be, or they'll be a part of something. John Barnett is a part of none of that. You understand what I'm saying? He's a Christian, of course, but he doesn't fit what we consider to be an activist. And there's nothing wrong with that, because, hey, you can be an activist just to be an activist. But why do I pull this out? The reason why I pull this out is that what does John Barnett bring to the table? He's not an attorney, not even a fake attorney. He's not clergy. So what John Barnett does is he negotiates for victims. He looked for victims of brutality, and he negotiates their attorneys, and he negotiates, you hear what I say? He's a misery chaser. He's a misery chaser. So if you get dealt a bad hand by the police, what he would do is say, listen, I got a circle of attorneys. I can get you an attorney. So he springs into action. He springs into action to get a cut. You hear what I said? He springs into action to get a cut of whatever resources that it would take to get justice for your situation. I don't know how people live their life like that, but I couldn't be around that much oppression, that much misery, trying to eat from it. I can be around that much oppression, that much misery, trying to fight it. But his whole dime comes from misery. You hear what I said? Now, here is the difference. Here is the difference. Either he has convinced the Emmet Till people that him and Malik can do some negotiating for them, or he already got the check too from MGM Studios, that is. Come on, let's keep it a buck, family. Why does a man put all of this energy in? I know I'm going to do a whole spread on this guy. I'm going to show that this guy is targeting those who have not so good situations. And he comes in, I got a circle of attorneys. I got a circle of counselors. I got a circle of this. My water is wetter than yours. So he's banking on the ignorance of people. And so with that being said, Malik, he brings this guy in because, hey, the name of his little organization is called Thug. Anybody in that area know what Thug is? He even used the term thug as if that is going to resonate with the lower vibration of our community. Somebody type it in there what thug mean. Anybody want to do it? Don't nobody know? Somebody know what it mean. He got an organization called Thug. Why Thug? Because he wants to capture the lower vibration in the state of the community. That's why Thug. Hear what I say? I'm going to let somebody type it in there. Somebody in here know what it is? Somebody know what it is? And this need to stop. Matter of fact, I'm going to find it for you. Since nobody want to type it in there, give me a second. Let me find it for you. I mean, these people need to be stopped immediately. You know what I'm saying? For real. They should not be able to freely walk into the community and sell themselves as a savior of the community, when in fact they really just trying to fleece the community. You know what I mean? And in fact, they really trying to fleece the community. That's all they trying to do. This is their bread and butter. There we go. This is their bread and butter. And we go for it. We go for it cycle after cycle. One comes out, another comes in. Al Sharpton goes, one comes in. You know what I mean? True Healing Under God Civil Rights Initiative. There we go. So he's using God to prey on those in distress. And then he used the lower vibration in order to draw attention. You understand what I'm saying? That's right. Carolina DJ's got it. You understand what I'm saying? He got it. That's right. He got it. Who else got it? Karen S. got it. True Healing Under God Civil Rights Initiative. This is the old trick. This is the other way of, excuse the expression, this is no different than nigger. Never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. Nah, it's nigger. It's dirty. Don't put lipstick on a pig. We done took where Europeans have projected us to be and try to make it look good. But that's to get the attention. This is marketing. This is all marketing. You follow me? Let me go down here. So when we look at this family, let's be 1000% clear. This here, let's go here. 2012. Malik Zulu Shabazz says the killer of Trayvon Martin is wanted dead or alive. He put up this advertisement. He did a bunch of press runs and offered a $10,000 reward. Do y'all realize that this is 2022? Y'all see how he's trying to provoke somebody to do something that he won't do? Once you catch Zimmerman, then what? Then what? This is why I'm telling you that it's a horse and pony monkey show. I'm going to ask somebody. Somebody catch Zimmerman, then what? See, if somebody's going to do something to Zimmerman, they just do it. If somebody wanted something to do done to Zimmerman, you just go get it done. This is a horse and pony monkey show. Y'all, press 7 if y'all still with me. Y'all quiet. This is a horse and pony monkey show. He's hoping to stir up people to do something he won't do. One that tells one to do something that he won't do is no different than a block of wood. Anybody went hiking before and see a block of wood that shows you which way to go, but the block of wood stays on the tree? Anybody been hiking before? He's no different than a block of wood. The block of wood in the Appalachian Path. Anybody down south? Anybody went on the Appalachian trails and they got that block of wood on the tree to show you which way to go so you don't get lost in the hike? So when you go hiking, he's no different than that block of wood. It points the way, but the block of wood don't move. You feel what I'm saying? This is all a hustle. This is all a hustle. He's been hustling this hustle for over 25, possibly 30 years. He's ran out true liberators, true freedom fighters from this madness. Many of them had to concede and say, let me just fall back. But we're going to bring them back. In 2010, there was a rally, and there you go. You see with the Imam Akbar, justice for Anthony Hill. Now here is the checklist. What happened to Anthony Hill? If I'm not mistaken, he was dragged. He was murdered by these Europeans. Did 2010, we're going to start at 2010. Did he get justice for Anthony Hill? Did he resolve anything with Zimmerman? Just put an N in the chat if you're able to. Did he resolve anything with Zimmerman? Did he resolve anything for any justice for Anthony Hill? I'm going to keep asking y'all questions because this means something. Did he get justice for Dante Wright? He piggyback on these. That's right. I said piggyback. He piggyback on all of these stories. Did he get justice for Dante Wright? Nope. He's piggybacking on all of these stories. He's a pig. He's in the mud. He's not doing nothing for the community. Tell me, what is he doing? What is he doing for the community except making a fiasco? What is he doing? How does this qualify somebody to be a leader? He can't even do a Ben Crump and get people a bunch of money because he's an incompetent attorney. So what is he doing? He's a traffic attorney. He's an accident attorney. What is he doing besides making good flyers and making good speeches through a bullhorn? Man, this guy got to sit down. He didn't mess with the wrong one. He got to sit down. That was for Zimmerman. Nothing for Zimmerman. Now, I'm gonna leave this brother alone because he probably was facing hard times. In 2015, before I came to social media, I didn't even realize he was in Baltimore stirring up stuff. I didn't even realize it. But they said that he was in Baltimore stirring up stuff. I was out there. I didn't see him. I don't know what day was this. I didn't see him. I got tons of footage out there, but I wasn't where I'm at today. You know what I'm saying? But I do know I can call my mans in them, and they told him he better not come back to Baltimore because the only thing that he was doing was trying to stir people up and not trying to get anything done. And I know my people was like, man, I was like, man, when I found out that he had came to Baltimore, this was years later. But man was like, yeah, man, we told that he ain't come, he better not come back here no more. So when he was talking about we gonna come to Baltimore, I was like, I don't know. I mean, it's years later now. He might be all right now, and I don't know. I don't want to see no harm come to him. I just want him to sit down. In fact, Freddie Gray Peoples actually got paid. They took the check. But it wasn't because of Malik. Malik was out there with a bullhorn, I heard. I didn't see him. It was a couple of days of riot. I didn't see him. In fact, I wouldn't even been in that space because I wasn't really familiar with how these crooks move. You know what I'm saying? I was actually out there getting footage. I had just started my YouTube channel. I was actually out there getting footage. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking to people, and I mean, I was with my people. I was in the thick of it. You know what I'm saying? One of the guy that they made the movie, the show The Wire about, Lil Melvin, the big dope dealer that they made the movie about, Lil Melvin. Me and him was sitting at his warehouse. He had a warehouse. He ain't no dope dealer no more, but he had a warehouse. He passed, rest in peace to Lil Melvin. We were sitting at his warehouse and we were just talking, and I mean, and he was making sure ain't nobody come close to him. So I was out there the whole time. But I don't know. He was downtown somewhere because I was on Pennsylvania Avenue and North Avenue. I was in the trenches. So I don't know. But whatever the case may be, my man's name was like, nah, he can't come here no more. He just talking crazy. And that's another thing. Why do one get to come from somewhere where they're not causing drama and then come into Baltimore or into your city and stir up stuff? So the question again is, did he get justice for Freddie Gray even though he came yelling? Nope. Who else? Come on, we can go right down the line. Who was this right here? Dorian Morel. Dorian Morel. This is 2021. Any justice for Dorian Morel from him? Huh? None. Why are you people following this dead-end maniac? I know you watching. Why are you following this dead-end maniac? I don't understand. He has no success record. He's only a provocateur. He's provocateuring for somebody. That's why I'm just going slow. I'm showing you everything. He's provocateuring for somebody. He has no wins over 25 years of provocateuring. Not one successful win. And again, all the generals, y'all sitting around acting like it ain't your business. It's your business. It's your business. Talib, it's your business. You hear what I say? All the generals, it's your business. This guy shows up with a weapon like this, and you all handle weapons, and you don't say nothing, you are just as bad. You can't get mad at me. You can't get mad at me. You are just as bad. When one shows up with a weapon like this to any formation and you don't say nothing, you are worse than him. That means you might be with him. That's what I'm showing your faces. Because y'all supposed to say something. Tahaka Bay don't supposed to say nothing. No, you supposed to. That's right. Babu, you supposed to say something. I know you stepped away, retired. But before you retired, you should have said something instead of cussing me out. Follow what I'm saying? That's what you should have do. Because no way in the world that this guy's supposed to come around y'all like this. No way humanly possible that this guy should get away with this. Because you know better, I know better, and apparently he don't know better. He's banking on your ignorance. Look at this. It doesn't make no sense that people go for stuff like this. Let's get back to the point. Back to the point. Carolyn Bryant is home chilling. Hear what I say? She's home chilling. And so all of that talk that was going on about Carolyn Bryant, are you going to get her or not? Because anything other than that, it really doesn't mean nothing at this point. You know what I mean? Are you going to get her or not? You follow what I'm saying? That's where it's at right now. That's where it's at right now. Let me share this with you. Because at the end of the day, man, we looking bad out here. Hold up. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me share this with you. All this stuff has got to stop. Look at this. Now a TikTok
must be brought to justice. She has been found and must be brought to justice.
Now he's a
Bryant
TikToker.
must be brought to justice. She has been found and must be brought to justice.
But let me stop right there. Now on this alone, there is 758 shares. You hear what I say? 758 shares. 758 shares. Now, who got that type of time to share 758 times? Not saying that he shared it 758 times, but he shared it enough where it would get steam to 758 times. If that ain't a promotion, I don't know what is. If that ain't a promotion, I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? Watch this.
Word is out. They have now found the white woman responsible for the kidnapping which led to the murder of Emmet Till. She has now been found. That's right. Carolyn Bryant Donham has now been found in a Kentucky apartment community living with her son. She hasn't been spotted in 20 years. Finally now, justice can be done, and that warrant that was recently found can be served. This is great news. Oh, Carolyn Bryant has been found, the one involved in the most brutal and
And this is what y'all call a responsible attorney. This is ridiculous, man. He said that Carolyn Bryant has been found, but wasn't he the one that's looking for her? Wasn't he the one? Wasn't he the one? I know people personally that John Barnett supposed to help on cases of discrimination and it never came to fruition. So how is he going to help get justice for Brother Emmet? Exactly. And let me tell you this, Brother Carolina's DJ. I know quite a few people that he preyed on them to get money out of them too. You know what I mean? I know quite a few people where he preyed on some cases. You know what I mean? He's an opportunist. That's all he is. He's an opportunist, but he's going to be called out because he's not going to go on a national stage and misrepresent our people. He's trying to file in the vein of Black Lives Matter. He's trying to file in the vein of Malik Zulu Shabazz and all of the other extortioners in our community. That's what he's trying to do. But now, back to my point. CC said, John stole money from me. You see what I'm talking about? Now they're coming out. But now let me say this. These people are looking at the celebrity that came with snitching with Al Sharpton. He was an FBI informant, and he became a professional, I guess, host on MSNBC later. He traveled around the country, a professional informant. I mean, that's what these people want to do. Malik has never won a case that I know of, but he fly people around to these little destinations. You follow what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, this is all a game to these people, family. I mean, this is all a game to these people. Last but not least, I got to ask you a question. And this is one of the things that you really have to think about. 1 second. This is one of the things that you have to think about. All of the hooping and hollering for Ahmaud Arbery, what did Malik really bring to the table? Nothing. But remember now, the same thing that Malik is doing, come on, man, it's wash and rinse. The same thing that Malik is doing for this movie, isn't that what AJ did to bring Grandmaster Jay into this scam of Black Power? I'm going to ask you one more time. As he went knock on doors, remember General Rottweiler was going to these Europeans' neighborhood? The news cameras everywhere. and they introduce Grandmaster Scam Master J, it's the same thing over and over. All you got to do is pay attention. It's the same exact routine. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Watch this. Watch this. It's the same routine, family. I want to make sure that for any new subscribers that they get exactly what we're talking about. I'm saying they know exactly what we're talking about. New Black Panther Party. New Black Panther Party pulls up right here. Copy. Pulls up right here. And this is how Grandmaster J was introduced to you all. Walking down the street where these Europeans live and chased our brother, Ahmaud Arbery. They had no intentions of bringing anybody in. They had no intentions of apprehending anybody. It's only a show. That's all it is. It's only a show. And all of these actors are involved. AJ, Malik, connection. I already explained that. It's all a show. Nobody answered me yet. Where is AJ from? Where did he go to school? Who knows him from a child? Nobody never answered me that yet. He can call me an agent, but can he tell us where he was raised? Because let me tell you something, the difference between how we think determines of how and where we were raised. Nobody answered that yet. But I'm telling you, they caused a great interest on the back of Ahmaud Arbery to introduce Grandmaster J to you. You hear what I say? They caused a great interest. I'm trying to tell you, you better be careful. Just because one walking screaming black power, just because one put on black and have I can go buy me a patch. I'm going to buy me a Panther patch. I'm going to show you how easy it is. I'm going to show you how easy it is. But the problem is that we allow these people to come in the midst of us and not question them. We allow that. It's our fault at the end of the day. And I'm talking about those who are on the ground. That's where the problem exists. This guy's been doing this, yelling in his bullhorn, doing nothing. Emmet Till protesters search for the woman who sent the lynch mob. Well, if you're searching for the woman for real, here she is. If you're searching for the woman for real, here she is. Do you really want her? There she go. If you're really searching for her, she's in Kentucky. See, you generals got to question all of this. What is his motive? What motivates a over 50-year-old man, 56-year-old man, go up and down the country, case after case after case after case? Not a success, not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six. Not one success. What is the motivation? In other words, let's take the root word. What is the motive? The Europeans have learned to muddy the waters a long time ago. To delay your liberation, the oppressor will use your own. The oppressor will use your own to delay your liberation. To stop the new Jesus to be born, to stop the new Malcolm to be born, to stop the new Drew Ali, to stop the new Garvey, to stop. They will get those real ones to come out the background to the front round and get hemmed up. And it be all worked by those who look like us. Malik is telling somebody, solo means say alone. Malik Shabazz would not kidnap that woman because that's what it will be. Exactly. Malik Zulu Shabazz is trying to employ people to break the law. And remember, I did the show about provocateurs, about informants. One thing they do is try to influence people to do what? Break the law. Because what he's telling them to do is to kidnap her. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. She suffers from cancer, is legally blind, and is receiving end-of-life hospice care. You see that? And receiving end-of-life hospice care in the small shared apartment. The exact location Daily Mail has chosen not to disclose. Tubes delivering oxygen loops around her ears and into her nose. She has the good old days and bad. Good days and bad. At times, Donna Ham appeared like a ghost, pale and peering out of her front door with cloudy eyes, still dressed in her nightgown and robe in late afternoon. At others, she was visibly engaged, dressed in blue top and khaki slacks. She waited for a visit from her hospice nurse, greeting her at the door and waving her off with her little dog at her feet, and the promise of seeing her next week. But at the end of the day, with me, I know that Mississippi said they're not going to prosecute her. So in order to move on anything that Malik says is endangering yourself, endangering your livelihood and your freedom. So why would anybody follow that nonsense? I said before, the correct method would be that this attorney that is trained would be to go the legal route. Find more evidence. Find more probable cause. He's an attorney, for God's sake. He works for the government. Malik is the government. Malik is the government, y'all. The Baltimore headline says the same thing about Malik. Freddie Gay, they saying he's a provocateur. Malik works for the government. That's the bottom line. He's an attorney. He's a bar. They never took his bar license for nothing he ever said. He's an attorney. He works for the government. An attorney works for the government. Say it with me now. Lemon Dishonor says, does any of these black activists do anything to curb the murders that occur daily in our community? Absolutely not. When I asked Desert Eagle about why he don't go on to the West End, he said because of gang politics. This is brick wall revolution. Hold up. In his post, July the 7th, he said, they say we stormed the senior citizens facility in Raleigh, North Carolina, hunting for Carolyn Bryant, the person with the newly discovered warrant for murder of Emmet Till. You went there. There's her son right there. There she go. The point is that y'all ain't trying to do nothing. Now you're going to post, and John Barnett going to post like, yeah, she's in Kentucky, but why ain't nobody on the post saying, so when we going to get her? Because it's all a stunt. I'm saying leave that lady alone. Leave that lady alone unless you are an attorney and you know how to take the legal method. Leave that lady alone. That lady is about to exit this life. Leave that lady alone. It looks like she has suffered at her own hands or from her own experience just looking at the picture. You feel what I'm saying? He's a coward for saying leave her alone. Come and ask me why I say that. Hit the link. Let's see if you a coward and won't hit the link. Let's see if you a coward. Let's see if you a coward. Are you a coward? He's a coward for saying leave her alone. Hit the link. Let's see if you a coward. Let's see who's the real coward. All right. What I mean by leave her alone is because ain't nothing coming out that. What's coming out that? Huh? What's coming out that? What you gonna do? Sometimes when you look at what real life does to people, you ain't got to do nothing. Let me show you something. Sometimes real life will take care of everything that need to be done to you. Feel what I'm saying? Can you imagine? Can you imagine someone, this woman, she's been dipping and dabbing and hiding for over 20 some years? I mean, since the 50s, I'm sorry. Since the 50s. Do you know the kind of hell that could be? Do you know what type of hell that is? Look at her. She has cancer. She's blind. Probably got dementia. Go do what? Go do what? Go do what? That's a goofy, emotional nonsense that people will put out because they think you're stupid. That's emotional nonsense. Now hold up.
Okay, Taharka.
Let's go.
I've been listening to you for almost 2 years now.
All right, come on with it. Come on with your point.
All right, so let me just make sure I got my points right before I go into this. More Science Temple. Are y'all what religion are y'all under? Islam, correct? Muslim.
You're wrong.
Right?
You're wrong. No, you're wrong.
What are you under?
Our religion is called Islamism. If you want me to teach you, that got to be another show. It's not Islam. It's called Islamism.
Okay. So it's still you still read out of the Quran, correct?
No, we read out of the Quran. Our religious text is called the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America.
Okay, so it's rewritten, but it's based off of the Quran initially, correct?
No, it's not. See, this is a whole nother conversation. See, this is the thing. You
All
come
right,
in
no,
and you
all right,
ask
here's
a
my
question.
base. All right,
You're
no,
in a
I'll
whole
get
nother
to the
conversation.
point.
You don't know anything about. Listen, first of all, let me say this. Let me say this. Let me just address this real quick. With all respect, this is why I tell people you can't really come here with your understanding of Amor or Islam, because most people haven't taught it properly on the internet anyway. But
no religion has been taught properly. No religion has been taught properly.
I'm speaking about what I stand for. No, I'm speaking of. I can't speak for anybody else. What I stand for. So, but go ahead.
Okay. What since Elijah Muhammad has passed, what has the Nation of Islam, Fruit of Islam, done for black people? Where are your schools? Where are your supermarkets? Where are your hospitals? Where are your banks? You talk all this about the black militia and fake NFAC is fake Black Panthers and this, that, and third. Where was the Nation of Islam when all this? Where was they with Freddie Gray? Where was that with Elijah McClain? Where was that with where did this all this start? Mike Brown, Zimmerman. What was the motherfucker who killed Trayvon Martin? Where have they been at? Where have they been at in 60 years?
Can I?
I'm here. I'm listening. I'm not gonna cuss. I'm familiar with the show.
I'm not.
Where have y'all been at in 60 years? 60 years.
I'm not a member of the Nation of Islam. You cannot ask me where the Nation of Islam and the Fruit of Islam been. I'm not a member of the Nation of Islam. You have to see. This is how we look crazy. We're talking to a topic where we're uneducated on. With all due respect, you're uneducated as to who I am and what I stand for. You're calling me the fruit. Ho. You can't have a conversation with me if you're uneducated of who I am and what I stand for. First, educate yourself on who I am and what I stand for. Then we can have a conversation. I am not a member of the Nation of Islam. I've never been a member of the Nation of Islam, and I'm not a fruit of the Nation of, or whatever the case may be. But you can ask me a question about my position, and I can answer you. But you have to educate yourself.
That wasn't necessarily it. I was wrong then, I'm admitting to that. The point I'm making is that most black people as a whole, and I know we're not a monolith, we're in a wide diaspora from north to south, east to west. We all don't come from the same background, same upbringing, same principles, none of that. But for most black people, they're looking at Farrakhan, they look at Malcolm X, they look at Elijah Muhammad. I'm sorry, I said Elijah McClain. So they're looking at the Nation of Islam. If there is a difference between Moorish Science Temple, Islamism, and Nation of Islam, what we look at here in America for the most wide diaspora, you look at our black celebrities who reference Farrakhan in whatever way. What I'm asking, basically, like I said, and I already basically said it, where has any other group been besides whatever you want to call them, Black Panthers,
let me speak
for Black Power Coalition, NFAC, whatever you want to call them. Allow me. Before them in 60 years.
Okay, allow me. We have been nowhere, but we're going somewhere.
But why did it take Jay to come do it then? Why did it take somebody that everybody hated because how he talked to everybody?
Do you want me to
Let me get mine off, sir. Let me get mine off. I haven't cut.
You asked me a question. I want to answer you.
Yeah, it took Jay for everybody to get pissed off. Oh, we're doing it wrong.
No, it didn't take Jay. Bro, listen. Just because you seen Grandmaster Jay on a TV screen or you seen him on a computer screen,
I saw him in person. I saw him in person. I met him in person. I went out there. Everybody talking about agents and shit. I saw him in person.
You got to let me finish.
I took his hand, sat down with him, had a conversation with the man. Agents, I don't know what y'all talking about. Let me go see for myself. Continue. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I saw him in person.
Okay. Just because you seen him in person, just because some people seen him on the screen, all the people that came in the name of what he said on social media were already established. They were already doing something. So to your point, but let me finish. Don't cut me off.
I'm not cutting you off.
To your point, you ask, what were they doing? They were already doing something. Grandmaster Jay, I'm gonna have to mute you so I can finish. Grandmaster Jay did not have a militia. Grandmaster Jay did not have a formation. Grandmaster Jay called NFAC as a conglomerate of that was already formed. So to answer your question, what were they doing before Grandmaster Jay? They was doing what they were doing when they tried to join Grandmaster Jay and found out that he was nothing. They got into an emotional charge because of the Breonna Taylor case, the Ahmaud Arbery case, and the George Foreman case, and they joined what they thought was real. But they was doing it before Grandmaster Jay. Grandmaster Jay only was able to harness the anger and the pain that they had already been feeling, and they were already formed before Grandmaster Jay. So to answer your question, what was Grandmaster Jay doing before Grandmaster Jay? That's the question, because these people with boots on the ground that joined him was already doing it. That's the fact of the matter. And shout out to the real that put boots on the ground. If without them people, Grandmaster Jay wouldn't have looked like nothing. They were already there.
I was out there with him too. I was in that same people too. I'm out here with Elijah McClain. That happened right up the street from me.
Do you hear me though? Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear.
Grandmaster Jay. Grandmaster Jay wasn't what Grandmaster Jay. Grandmaster Jay only harnessed that which already exists. These people been exist. Huey P. Newton, they been exist. They been exist way before him. New Black Panthers, under Khaled, they been exist. So you can't give, only thing Grandmaster Jay can give credit to, that he was able to tap into the emotional aspect of frustrated people, and he abused it and misused it.
Malcolm X or MLK?
No, we're not talking about that though. We see this is the problem. We got to stay on track. You asked me what have people done, and I'm telling you that people been doing stuff, but they don't broadcast everything. Just because Grandmaster Jay broadcasts him bringing people together doesn't mean that supersedes those that don't broadcast.
I never said it was superseded.
Gorilla Mainframe, they would not join that madness. And they one of the most strongest integral groups that I've ever come in contact with. I like Huey P. Newton Gun Club. I wish Huey P. Newton Gun Club would have never joined that mess. Because all of them will learn. All of them will learn that it was a dead end road. It was a dead end road, and whether you like it or not, there was no plan. It was all rhetoric.
All right. Here, the one thing that I was listening to when I was paying attention to was when he was talking about getting the documents and getting them submitted.
Let me hold you up.
The Supreme Court thing, not the Supreme Court, the UN court, the Royal Court for the UN. I actually could see with that, because if we can actually get that submitted to them and do exactly what who said it? Malcolm X said years ago. He said you can't take the U.S. to the U.S. court. You have to take them to the Royal Court. You gotta take them to the United Nations.
Brother, that doesn't come with
I'm behind that. That's a good thought process.
That doesn't come with a bunch
politically inclined to that degree. We don't know nobody else politically inclined to that degree, do we?
What I'm trying to say to you is that doesn't come with a bunch of propaganda. That comes with moving behind the scenes, getting it done, executing it. That doesn't come with a bunch of this.
That was the point of the William M. March, to get us all there so we could establish nationhood. I'm sorry with my camera. That was the point, to establish the nation. After that, where's your army? Your army to protect your said nation. We've been a nation within a nation for 60 years since Malcolm X said it. What my base point of it is that Malcolm X and the Nation of Islam was the last time you heard any of this. Since then,
I have nothing to do with that. I can't speak to that. I can only speak to this generation. I can't speak to what the Nation of Islam did. I'm not a member of the Nation of Islam. We are different tribes. We are different groups. We have different perception of how to deal with this thing. But one thing for sure,
black people know the Nation of Islam over the Moore Science Temple.
Let me finish. We have different ways of dealing with this thing. Only thing I can do is put mine on the table. And I know that mine on the table and on the ground if it takes steam, then we can get some work done. Now, with that being said, I can't speak to the Million Man March of what it was supposed to do. That wasn't my mission. That wasn't my thing.
Farrakhan did it twice. Why couldn't we have did it?
Did it for what?
I'm saying this, Katarka. I'm saying this because the parallels of this came from a very long time ago. And
what I'm saying, listen to this. I can tell you why it doesn't work. This is why it doesn't work. Let me tell you something, because I got to get FBA pragmatic. This is why it doesn't work. In order for anything to work, when you talk about a nation, there has to be a central authority. The nation does not move without a central authority. There's not a planet, there's not a nation on the planet Earth that moves without a central authority. And that central authority is either a cabinet or either a spokesman of that cabinet to direct the energy or the ideas of the populace. Just telling somebody to meet up somewhere doesn't do it. That doesn't do it. That doesn't resolve anything. These things have to be done way before you meet up.
Jay now at this point. We're clearly beyond Jay at this point.
Absolutely.
What do we do from so what do we do from this point beyond us?
I just gave it to you. I just gave it to you.
Let's go get revenge for Emmet Till.
I just gave it to you. We need to establish a central authority, and we need to sit at the table of intelligence and learn how to move and get off of this screen and talking goofy to cameras and ambulances.
Okay. Well, don't you think that it causes more division by when a leader comes about and not everybody agrees?
These are not leaders. They're provocateurs. No, these are not leaders. The reason why these are not leaders, let me tell you why these are not leaders. Now, this is why I'm about to tell you.
Let's say a public figure. We'll say a public figure.
Let me say this.
A public figure, is that fair?
Grandmaster Jay, let me tell you this. Grandmaster Jay, for example, he's 57, maybe 56 when he was doing this. Let me finish. Hold up. 17 years in the military. That's 1 and a 7. 17 years in the military. He's in the public talking about kidnapping mayor's children. He's in the public talking about burning down a city. He's in the public talking. Now, I have no problem with that if that's what you're really about. But what I do have a problem with, if you're saying that, but you're not really about that. Because all the opportunity that presented itself, all he did was talk. And then when he got in hot water, he claims it's a metaphor. That is not a leader, brother.
Again, we passed.
That is a provocateur.
I said a political. I'm not gonna go with the whole agent thing because I sat down and met the man. I don't know.
Listen. I don't know. I already said I don't know about agent. I don't know about none of that. But I know that he's not.
Your initial words, though. That was your initial words when you first came out.
But you know what I said? I said we use agent too much. I said at least.
You said it first. You can't say we use it too much, and you're the one who said it first, brother.
I can't change my position.
But I'm saying,
I think he's a provocateur. I think he's an agent. I think he's. Let me finish. I think he's a provocateur. I think he's an agent. I think he's an informant. But now what I'm saying is, on record, I don't know what he is.
I know informants during this.
What I'm saying is, I don't know what he is. I don't know what he is. But what I'm
telling you, brother, I dealt with informants personally. Let me get
FBA pragmatic real quick, brother. I got you, brother. I thank you, Sergeant Juice, my man. Don't go nowhere though. FBA pragmatic. What's up, brother? Come on, brother.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you good. Why you don't open your camera up, man? Don't be a coward.
I'm not no opportunist, man. That's the reason why
don't be a coward, brother. Open your camera. Brother, so you can't call me no coward if you can't show your face. You see my face every day.
I'm not fronting like how you be, man. So why do I need to do that?
You can't show your face. Get out of here, man. I mean,
you're afraid to show us face. They already got his IP address and everything. Anybody who taps into your show.
What I'm saying is, how can you call someone a coward, but you won't even show your face? I mean, this is my brother Bleak. He ain't got to show his face. That's my bro. I know who this is. I mean, but you call me a coward, but you don't show your face. Come on, that ain't. And let me tell you this, Sarge. Sarge, listen. This is basically what I'm talking about, Sarge. That we should hold people to a certain standard.
I'm not
if you call me a coward, then coward caller, show your face. If if someone comes from Ohio, Cincinnati, and they begin to talk about burning down Louisville, Kentucky, they begin to talk about kidnapped mayors in Minnesota, they begin to talk about snatching off police body cams. But this guy has no conflict. In fact, he sits down with the police and organizes marches. He sits down with the police and get blue badges for everybody.
Though. I said
no.
one.
So my main point that I make. Let me get your main point. Then I get my brother Bleak. I'm glad my brother Bleak in the building. No, you good. You good. Okay, let me get your main point. 1 second, Bleak. Let me get my brother main point. I
wanted to talk to him.
Let me get his main point there, Bleak. You got it, Bleak.
You're going backward because we're talking about.
All right, come forward.
I said digitally, and I retracted. I said public figure. What I'm saying is that when this public figure comes out, whether he's questionably good or questionably bad, the first person who got a take on it that we all saw was you. Let's all just be factual. Okay. All right. So when the first thing that a brother says is he's an agent, first, we ain't seen nothing about it. The first march hadn't even happened yet. And he's an agent already. We don't know nothing about him, nothing like that. The same thing with anybody who's come out and done anything good for black people. They say something bad about him.
Why did I say it though? Why did I say he was an agent?
Let me chime in.
What I'm saying,
hold on 1 second, Bleak. This is the reason why, and then I'm gonna let Bleak chime in. The reason why
I'm saying that because now you're saying we shouldn't say it now. But
I didn't say we shouldn't say it. I said we use it too much. I didn't say that. I said we use it too much, and so I don't want to say it because we use it so much. But I say informant. I don't know what he is, but I know he's not. I know he's not. Let me say this. I know he's not who he say he is. That's number one. But let me tell you why I say agent. This is why I say agent, though. You know what I mean? I think we use it too loosely, but this is why I say agent. I've been around in what they call the conscious community, so to say, which is really not conscious. I've been around for a long time. When one jumps up, right, and begins to, first of all, he comes to the Ahmaud Arbery protest or whatever it was at the Europeans area, jumps out of the car and just starts screaming, "Uck this, uck that." I mean, just outrageous foolishness, and all the cameras draw into him. That was a red flag for me. The second red flag was out of all of the. Let me finish. Out of all of the thousands of people I know that has been fighting on the front line for over 20 some years, no one knows him. No one at that time. So now that was the biggest red flag, that I could disagree with the Nation of Islam. They know me. I can disagree with Sinetta. He knows me. Sinetta can disagree with Bambaataa. They knows each other. But everybody, listen, it's just like if you are in the music business, you might don't like people, but everybody know everybody. If you are a Hebrew Israelite, know Black Panther, even crazy Malik Zulu Shabazz, who's a provocateur. Everybody knows Malik Zulu Shabazz. Everybody. Why? Because all of these circles interconnect. Nobody knew Grandmaster Jay. And the only people that did know him was the ones he's tried to swindle in the DJ circles. That was a red flag.
Like this, I'm a music buff. I didn't even know about it musically. And
there you go. But I'm talking about the DJs knew about it. The DJs. That was the only reason I said that was a red flag. And then the research followed it up.
I wasn't here for Jay. I was here because I was pissed off exactly with what Jay was saying in my own city. Let me get
Bleak in. No, you all right, brother. I appreciate you calling. But hold up. Let's engage my brother Bleak Gilliam. That's my guy. I've been trying to get him to come in, and he finally hit the link. Well, Bleak, the floor is yours, brother.
TB, what's the deal, my boy? How you, man?
Man, I'm good, man. Before we get into the pleasantries. My friend Darren, man, he's looking pretty bad, and
you know, bro, we got all the information on that sad fella, man. It's looking terrible over there, man. There's a lot going on without that way. It's real bad.
And I'm looking forward to that conversation. But for now, brother, what you got for us?
First, I wanted to ask the brother how old he was, just out of curiosity.
I'll be 30 in another month.
You'll be 30 in another month. Okay. The reason I felt compelled to tap in, honestly, bro, I'm gonna tell you because I feel your zeal and I feel your enthusiasm, and the premise of your conversation is, why not Grandmaster Jay? I'm gonna tell you, family, the reason
It's not
why
about
not
Grandmaster.
Well, let me finish. Stop, because I let you speak, family, and you've been speaking for a minute, and I'm not trying to sun you.
Just let him flow, Sarge.
I'm not trying to sun you. What I'm trying to communicate to you is that those of us who are old enough to have seen the likes of a Grandmaster Jay knew better when a Grandmaster Jay came along. See, before there was a you, we seen the likes of an Al Sharpton, of a Jesse Jackson, and we seen all these things that we seen all these things that Grandmaster Jay claimed that he was, only to find out that he was not even really qualified for. He claimed that he was expertly military trained. However, when you watch them shoot, if you know, you know. If you watch them closely, he didn't have the necessary leadership skills, and most importantly, Grandmaster Jay lacked conviction, my boy. He didn't believe in himself. And again, if you know, you know. You know those you know those who are really with it, and those who are setting up other people who might be with it to get their way. So when you say, what are these other organizations doing? Never mind what these organizations are doing or not doing. The period point blank thing about it all is that Grandmaster Jay wasn't that guy. And the smart ones of us who tried to warn y'all, because don't get me wrong, I wanted the NFAC thing to work out more than anybody else.
Man, me too, man. I hope, man, I don't mean bleak, but before I said anything, man, friends of mine was like, man, leave that alone, man. This is a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Man, it's not looking good, bro. Let me explain why.
It could have been a great thing.
Absolutely. I agree.
It could have been a great thing. But those of us who weren't necessarily in our feelings about it, who understood the requisite steps that needed to be taken in order for real change to actually happen, on top of all the other flaws in Grandmaster Jay, we tried to tell y'all, he ain't the one, fam.
Where was this energy behind Khalid Muhammad? I guess let me ask it more directly. Where was this energy behind Khalid Muhammad? If Grandmaster Jay was the wrong thing, and the only thing before that, without going back too far, to Malcolm X and the Panthers, it's Khalid Muhammad. Where was this energy before Khalid Muhammad? After Khalid Muhammad, I hear nobody talking about this.
Well, that's a separate topic. Are we talking about Khalid Muhammad, or are we talking about Grandmaster Jay?
I'm saying we're talking about Jay, but I'm saying it in the sense of,
well, one thing has nothing to do with the next thing, brother.
And let me just respond to that. When you saying that, where was the energy after Khalid, or what do you mean?
Because when the whole InFact thing started, one of my boys, he was like, oh, he's trying to pick up where Khalid Muhammad left off. He was like, if you really want to do this black liberation thing for real, you need to watch Khalid Muhammad.
Nah, bro. Let me tell you something.
No, the thing is, Grandmaster Jay had marching orders, my boy.
Yeah, let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you again, what you have to understand, there is no NFAC without the people that already was training in the woods, always training in their garage, already training in the inner cities, already training. There is no NFAC without them. Those people made up the NFAC when they showed up. So we need to stop acting as if that all of these hundreds of people that was in black boots and left their homes and went to Kentucky was NFAC. They were already formed. Grandmaster Jay was able to tap into our dissatisfaction.
And if you're really like interested into tapping into who Grandmaster Jay is and the treason he actually committed and the treason he actually committed against the community, you'd be more so willing to hold him accountable than stand up for him. I promise you, brother. If you hopped out your feelings about it a little bit.
I've said I'm not here to stand up for Jay. I'm asking, where was this same militant mindedness?
It was there, brother.
Well, because militant mindedness is not what necessarily is going to get us where we need to go, bro. The militant mindedness does nothing for us, bro. We've seen it in practice.
The advertising of militant mind doesn't get us anywhere.
Absolutely.
The advertising of it.
You Excuse me, that part.
The advertising. So when you say where it's at, brother, if you're looking for it on the internet, you're never going to find it.
I wasn't looking for it on the internet.
No, listen what you asked. You say, where was it before Grandmaster Jay? If you were looking on the internet, you wasn't going to find it. If you really want to know where it's at, you ever heard the saying when the student is ready?
I just seen Umar lying to us about a school.
Let me say this.
It's a whole bunch of what about this and what about that.
The whole wisdom is when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Brother, if you are ready to move on liberation, whether it's intellectual or to the extreme physical, if you are really there, the real ones will show up. If you're not really there, then you'll get caught up in the horse and pony show. Because this has nothing been about a horse and pony show, bro. That's all it's been.
Okay. Oh, the same way the conscious community is there, I could find them. Where's the yang to that? The conscious community is the civil side, I guess you want to say it. Where's the other side of that? I know about you. I know about Cyanette.
So let me ask you a question, bro. Let me ask you a question.
Bro, I interviewed a guy. Hold up, Bleak, real quick. I interviewed a guy on my platform named was my brother Dr. Asar. And I don't know if you see that interview with Dr. Asar. We was talking about the conscious community. He's an intellectual. Yeah. He's a real doctor. Brother, there's so many people like that don't get on this platform. I could get them on the platform like it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? But there's so many people in every city, bro, that's doing this type of work that could care less about the applause and the cheers and the numbers and all of that, bro. You ask where they at, they're out here. It's many in Baltimore City. My baby go to a school where it's nothing but conscious, but it's not this digital goofy conscious stuff.
Looking for it on the digital aspect of it. Again,
but when you ask where is it, where are you looking?
Malachi Z, the same place I find Malachi Z York. I'm not finding that initially on the internet.
Where are you from?
Colorado.
I said I'm in Colorado.
Brother, you may have to create it in Colorado.
Big facts.
You may have to create it because it already exists in Baltimore. It exists in DC. It exists in New York. It exists, but in Colorado,
no, cities didn't hear
brother.
All the same.
In Colorado,
of America.
Bro,
where's this in America altogether?
But I'm telling you,
I'm not talking about in one city on the East Coast. This should be everywhere. This should
be. What are you doing to create it? If you sit up there asking where it is, Marcus Garvey said the same thing that you're saying. Marcus Garvey, when he came to realization, he says, "Where is our people of power? Where is our people of royalty? Where is our president? Where is our kings? Well, I don't see it. Well, I will help to create it." So stop asking.
The only thing I see in the conscious community is a bunch of people arguing with each other. I don't see no school getting built.
Listen to me.
I don't see no supermarket getting built. I don't see a hospital.
Are you prepared to build a school? Are you prepared to build a school?
I'm prepared to put some money up for it.
Okay, well, let's get with people.
Let's get for this.
Listen. Let's get with people who are.
We've been talking about this since before I was born. It still hasn't happened yet. We're still arguing.
No, we're not arguing. We're shining light on situations that distract us from getting to what you're talking about.
I mean, I just see Umar and Cyanette have an argument over the conscious black community and our director.
Umar is going to build a school? Do you believe Umar is going to build a school?
No, but he's the biggest voice that I know.
So why are you wasting your brain cells on that? Why aren't you trying to organize with people and find other people on the internet who actually is trying to build a school?
Taharka, I look at you the way I look at Umar, and that is, I've heard a lot of talk. Where is the action behind it?
Brother, go to my Facebook page. I show a little something every now and then. My action is on the ground. It's not on the internet. I keep telling you, get off the internet.
Is there
get
a
off
school?
The internet.
Is there a hospital? Is there a bank?
No, but how can we have that?
Those
how
are the
can
five
we
pillars
have
of
that?
any community, and I
I'm gonna
haven't
say
seen
it
none of
again.
those in 6
Listen
years.
to me. I'm gonna say it again. How can we have that today if I'm one person and I got some things happening, but you asking and where is it as opposed to let's create it? Stop asking where is it. Say, brother Taharka Bey, let's create it. Stop asking
Ain't
where
y'all
is
the ones,
it.
Ain't y'all the ones with the biggest voice and the biggest following?
Listen to me. I'm
asking
talking to
people
you,
who have the
Sergeant
largest
Juice.
influence.
Sergeant Juice. Stop asking where is it and say, brother Taharka Bey, let me get your email. Let's create it.
That's what he's asking for, Talk.
I'll get
That's
you
all you gotta do.
That's
all you gotta. You ain't gotta keep asking where is it, because I used to say that too. I got tired of asking, where is the Moorish Science Temple of America? I got tired of asking, where are the great things that Prophet Noble Drew Ali did? Where I got tired of asking. So guess what I decided to do? I decided to create it. And if you knew me, like many people do, they know I am creating, but I'm in one person. So we need Sergeant Juice to stop saying what Umar is not doing, what Sadetta is not doing, what I am not doing, and hold my feet to the fire.
Influence, then I'm gonna look to y'all. Y'all the biggest influencers. I'm gonna look to y'all.
I haven't scammed nobody. I haven't schemed on nobody. Hold my feet to the fire. Email me and put your money where your mouth is, and let's get work done.
May I?
Hold my feet to the fire. Because you can't hold Umar, you can't hold Sadnetta, hold brother Taharka Bey.
If I ever get a chance to talk to Umar, I'm gonna ask him the same thing. You've been talking about.
You ain't got to ask him. He already got a track record of 15 years of nothing. What you wasting your time for? Why would you waste your time with that?
Yeah, these are the people with the largest influence. Yes, these are the people with the largest influence.
So you want to waste your time with that when I'm telling you, take my email and we can, and you can say, let's get something done. See, you don't want to get nothing done. You want a talk show. And so that's what I'm going to give you. I got a little bit for everybody. I got those who want to contribute. Guess what? The other day I said, I want to take donations so I can give children backpacks and stuff for school supplies. And that's something small. You know, everybody in the chat was like, just let me know, just let me know, just let me know. These Moorish World TV subscribers are Moorish World TV citizens. And I say citizens because they got a part of what happens here. They are ready to. They're not sitting up there talking about, man, how you want to give somebody a pencil. They like, okay, tell me where to send it. Tell me when. And I'm like, because I got integrity, I'm not ready to receive it. I say, I'll let y'all know. We'll be doing it in maybe a week or so. These people are ready to act. So I'm saying to you, be ready to act. Be ready to respond and produce. But just asking what they doing, what he doing, hey, hold our feet to the fire. You're not holding a Sadnetta feet to the fire. That's not his lane. He hasn't built nothing. He hasn't. If you knew me, you would know that I built three temples, community centers within the past 10 years with these hands. If you knew me. If you knew me, you knew that I was a property management, do home improvement, and many people in the inner cities, I help get housing. If you knew me. So at the end of the day, brother, it should always be about how can I contribute? But before you contribute, make sure somebody can vouch for their integrity. And in Moorish World TV and anywhere else, you should be able to have somebody to vouch for. And if somebody tell you a lie about me, verify that it's a lie. Don't run with it as if it's the truth. But let me get Bleak in real quick.
So, and I appreciate that. And before I get to my point, I would just ask for the people in the chat to, you know, offer a little bit of compassion. Because at the end of the day, this young brother here, what I hear in him is, you know, he's just a guy who's really at the end of the day he's looking for the right thing to do. And as I read these comments in these chats, I see a lot of people who are otherwise smart people making very much so disparaging comments. I appreciate this brother's enthusiasm, and I appreciate this brother's energy. And quite frankly, it's because whoa, I'm defending you, brother. Let me do my thing. Okay. At the end of the day, it's because people can be so disparaging that young brothers like this end up following the Grandmaster Jays of the world. And like, so instead of making snide comments and making snide remarks in the comments, see what you could do to reach out to a brother and offer him some sort of enlightenment, some sort of like, you know, some sort of knowledge. Because at the end of the day, what he's really just asking for is what are we doing? Now, again, to the brother, you know, to kind of piggyback what I was saying on earlier, and this is definitely not to belittle you or make you feel small or anything like that, because I feel where you're coming from. I'm just saying, the knowledge you're seeking, you have to do the research yourself, brother. You have to do the research for yourself, and get your life IQ up in a way that will allow you to make pragmatic decisions instead of decisions based on this reality that doesn't even exist.
And let me say, dude, I'm about to unblock, and I honor you coming on this show too, because I'm telling you, I'm very passionate, and it could look like I'm arguing with you, which I'm really not. I'm just real passionate. I feel very strong about how I see life and how I see how we need to move. And one of the things that we need to do, a brother walked in the temple today, and he might be watching the show now. He walked in the temple today. He said, man, look, I want to rock with you, man, but you be going at so many people and da, da, da. I said, brother, let me explain something to you. In order for the real to happen, the fake got to be moved out the way. You cannot build on something real when we are when we're flooded with misinformation, bad information, and distracting information. The real have to have the loudest voice. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? So, but that doesn't mean the numbers don't mean that that's right.
I obviously don't agree that that's right. And I'm reading some of the comments.
You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, we can't be bashful when it comes to speak as we call truth to power. Because the people that pushing an illusion has power too. Malik has power too. The Europeans ain't the only one with power. You know what I'm saying? These people that's trying to swindle and fake our people out has power too. Power ain't nothing but an illusion. It change when the wind change. Somebody else today, somebody else tomorrow. And until we take a stand, then we won't have passing of the guard of a Al Sharpton to a John Barnett, of an Al Sharpton to to the next swindler, to the Black Lives Matter. Until we take a stand and say, this is what it is, that is what it is, and this is who I am, and we need the real to rally around this so we can stop this. Then we gonna
without conversations like these with this brother and brothers like him, then they will end up in the hands of a Malik Zulu Shabazz, of a Crystal Muhammad, et cetera, et cetera.
No, hell, they don't like that. See, I think it makes people uncomfortable when we call out people that look like us. And we got to stop being uncomfortable.
Man, I could do that shit all day, TB. You know me.
We got to stop being uncomfortable with that. Because these are the same people. Like, come on, man. If this was a job and you owned a business and for 20 years, this person just been ciphering money out of the company and they haven't produced a dime for the company, you know good and well it wouldn't have got to no 20 years. You know good and well.
Okay, that's why I'm asking. How do all these people who haven't done nothing still have this influence all these years later? I'm 30.
Because of the internet, bro.
There you go.
The internet dictates your influence.
I got a quick.
You control what you watch, though.
No, let me tell you this.
Right.
Let me tell you, until Moorish World TV, I'm gonna tell you this. Until Moorish World TV, and Moorish World TV is definitely shadow banned. Until Moorish World TV, there was nobody out there to giving something to compare it to. Not with receipts. Show me a platform that shows you picture to history to compare. When I was talking about Grandmaster Jay, there was not a show that I didn't do that I didn't have a receipt. I said, this look crazy. This don't look right.
Never shown legit actual federal documents of anything, and I've seen what what I'm
saying. Listen, what I'm saying. I can never. I tell people all the time, I will never be able to show somebody signing a dotted line and being an informant. In that case, they wouldn't be an informant. That's the whole thing about an informant. They supposed to be moved. We supposed to try to figure it out.
Look, let me ask you a question. Let's have a quick debate between you and I about if your premise is why Grandmaster Jay was worthy of leading, and my counter would be why he was not. So go ahead.
I'm not here to defend Jay's leadership or not. I'm here to
it kind of sounds like you want to.
I'm not here. I said before you got in here, I was like, I give a damn if it was Jay. I don't care who was leading. If anybody, if somebody came along when in my early 20s, when Trayvon Martin happened, when Mike Brown came along, when Mike Brown happened, anything like that, somebody say something. I'm pissed off. I'm not ready to march no more. Again, I dealt with federal agents. I'm not going to get into everything that happened to me specifically, but I dealt with federal agents. I've seen with federal documents. Mickey Windecker was the name of my federal agent who was investigating me. He had sexual charges.
Well, let me ask you a question. Are you familiar with the term? Are you familiar with the term mark? Do you know what a mark is?
Yes.
What's a mark?
It's disposable, more or less.
No, a mark. Quick. A mark is an easily identifiable target, essentially, right? Essentially, what Grandmaster Jay served to do was mark a whole bunch of people out in the community to law enforcement, bro. He marked a whole bunch of people out, bro. He marked us out.
Let me say this real quick. My federal agent had nothing to do with Grandmaster Jay nor NFAC. Let me just say that.
I ain't got nothing to do with your trauma, bro. I'm talking about Grandmaster Jay.
I know, but what you're saying, I may be wrong in this, but what you're saying is that by associating with Grandmaster Jay, following this movement or whatever, there were federal agents that were put on all these people, our IDs, our license plates when we went to the marches, all that. I follow that aspect.
The trick is the federal agents didn't even have to put the federal agents didn't have to be put on because we marked ourselves out, bro.
That's
okay,
right.
What
we
I'm trying
marked
to
ourselves out, bro.
What I'm trying to explain to you is my situation that I dealt with a federal agent had nothing to do with anything NFAC related.
That's for a therapist, bro.
That's separate. That's separate. Let me say this. Let me say this to Sarge. Sarge, listen. Whatever you did to have to deal with a federal agent, that's neither here nor there. This conversation is about those, and I think what Bleak trying to say is that without Grandmaster Jay, there would be no database to mark the potential true freedom fighter and liberator.
Right.
Let me explain something. I think this is the point. I did a show about Grandmaster Jay right before Grandmaster Jay got locked up in December of that year. I did a show in November and I say, well, they're going to get him out now because the election is over. Anybody that followed it know. And I said, they're going to get him out. And then I called it. I say, man, if they get them computers, it's over. You know, one of the first things that they reported? The computers. A show near that, I showed how he had people filling out this recruitment form. He was getting their IDs. He was getting their all this personal
real police type shit.
All of this personal information. People was freely giving it. But when they ran up in his house and he lied that they flew a drone in there and I was laid in the bed and the drone flew in my house.
Not
they
possible.
took my computers. I was sleeping. I just heard it. So what I'm saying is this, brother. No, this is not about Grandmaster Jay. It's about the ideal that we cannot get anywhere until we address ourselves. See, no one can infiltrate us until we address us. Once we address us, huh?
Sounds like Khalid Muhammad had the right answer, at least for this, not Jay specifically.
What answer did Khalid have? I believe that Dr. Khalid Muhammad was a seed planter. I don't believe Dr. Khalid Muhammad was going to take us anywhere. Dr. Khalid Muhammad only planted seeds. But I do know that Dr. Khalid Muhammad, with his small circle, potentially would have went the distance if need to be. However, Dr. Khalid Muhammad also entertained media. He also entertained Phil Donahue and what's the guy named Geraldo, and he entertained. See, in True Liberation, we don't have to entertain none of that. And I love me some Dr. Khalid Muhammad. With True Liberation, we don't have to entertain none of that. In True Liberation, all we got to do is grassroots boots on the ground and get rocking. In True Liberation, we don't need to go through no TV screen to no computer screen in True Liberation. But because they are recruiting, let me finish, because they are recruiting through this medium, I'm going to use this medium to bring awareness. Because the fraud are using this medium to recruit, I'm going to use the same medium to bring awareness.
Okay, so many people fell for Jay's fraudulence. I'm not going to equate it to people following Khalid righteously, but to that same degree, they're thinking, "Oh, this is another Khalid." Maybe they're not associated.
No, he was nowhere near Dr. Khalid. He was nowhere near Dr. Khalid. Nowhere near. Not even close.
You're taking what I'm saying. I'm not going that far with it, but what I'm saying is that same energy, that same feeling that you had. Okay, on a quick note, the same way they look at Lil Wayne now, the way they looked at Tupac then. I'm not equating the careers. I'm a hip hop historian, but the same energy that you felt, oh, this rapper raps his ass off. That old guy from the past with a bandana on his head rapped his ass off. So you feel that same way you did. I wasn't around for Khalid. I was 4, 5, 6 whenever he was around. So I didn't see none of that. I'm associating this with Malcolm X and the Panthers.
But that's the thing, you in Colorado, you really have to study history close in order to see what it is. History will verify if it's legitimate or not. When you study close history, like when you know what school Khalid went through, when you know when Khalid got involved with Farrakhan, when you know all the steps that it took Khalid to become Dr. Khalid, the national spokesman. What did it take Khalid to go from the national spokesman to the new Black Panther Party? Like, you need to know all of these details in order to try to overlap a Grandmaster Jay with one of the those in history. But you don't know enough about the topic, just like you didn't know enough about me. You start associating me with the Nation of Islam. You have to know history.
Question: when I first came in here, I asked you. I said, "Is Nation of Islam connected to the Moore Science Temple, or is Moore Science Temple under the religion of Islam?"
Are you from Colorado, born and raised, bro?
History, brother.
Kansas City originally.
Kansas City. How long you been in Colorado?
2002, 2003. I go back and forth.
Okay, since you was a baby. Is where you live? Is where you live a predominantly Black community?
Colorado.
And I only ask this so I can kind of get a better idea of where you're coming from.
There's nowhere in Colorado that's predominantly Black anything.
Okay, I didn't think so. So where you gain your Black, where you gain what will be called Black intelligence is predominantly through the internet, correct? That's where you get most of your information disseminated, correct?
Old books, reading old books, logical slavery, things like that. Yeah, old books.
So
everything.
But in real time, you get your information disseminated from the internet, correct?
I'll go 50-50 on that. I don't
I
believe
think
everything.
Buster
Okay,
Sibley
so
got it.
okay. I'm just asking because like the necessary black experience that you're looking for doesn't exist where you live. So you're deriving all of your information mostly from the books that you read in school, which is why you keep referencing Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, because you know the black experience is way deeper than Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Khalid Muhammad. But for you, where you are, this is how you disseminate your information. And those of us who actually exist in these environments are trying to tell you, we, not that we know better than you, but we've seen this before.
Hey, look, and you know what, Bleak Daily, if I just realized Pilly Rothstein in the chat, he was like, I've been rocking with you since we pressed palms at the Sharif and Reggie debate in 2016.
Okay.
Now, if anybody that was there, Bleak, man, it was about to be an all-out Moorish.
It was about to go down, huh?
It was about to go down. But what I'm saying is like that's a whole culture that you would never experience in Colorado.
Big facts.
We in the middle of Harlem. You know what I'm saying? We in the middle of Harlem, and it's about to go down, and we all supposed to be conscious. There's an energy there. What I'm saying is,
I came out there to watch a bunch of y'all argue with each other about who's wrong.
No, it was an educated debate. The point that's being made, Sarge, is that because you are in an environment that you're not exposed to the actual experience, so you're getting it from literature, you're getting it from the internet. So now what you got to do, there's nothing wrong with that. Now, what you got to do is, though, you got to go above and beyond and get more information so you can bring yourself into that experience. Because a part of the information is not going to give you the, huh?
How much are we going to debate? How long are we going to?
Listen to me. Again, that may not be your thing. It's some people are just coming in, and to awaken them, a debate is interesting to them. See, what we got to do is learn to live and let live. You cannot see, we become dictators when we think everybody should be where we're at. If you're super intelligent and what it took you to get there, give somebody else a chance to get there.
Because your experience of what you interpret to be the black experience may not necessarily be what it is in real life, or it may be, but you just haven't experienced it. And that's not to belittle you. It's just to say, listen, you can't disseminate your information from things that you read or things that you see in 4K, because that's not necessarily real life, brother.
All right.
My thing is, bro, if you were into an organization,
come visit Philly, visit Baltimore.
The only thing I'm saying, if you was a part of an organization where you was into that energy field, at least.
Is there one in Houston? Is there one in Dallas?
No, what I'm saying, go on the internet. What I'm saying is people have Zoom meetings, and maybe it will get you into that mind space, but you need to interact with people. You know what I'm saying? Like you really do, bro.
In Houston, Houston's
this guy is gonna make me eat bacon again.
No, listen, brother. Can you email me, brother? Email me at tahookabay.com. I got something for you. All right. Can you email me?
Is there a temple?
I got you, brother. We have an online temple, brother. You can interface with us, brother. It's okay.
I'm not here for the online temple. I'm here for the black experience. I'm not gonna get that online in 4K.
No, what I say, you're gonna have to create it, brother. You're gonna have to create it. You understand what I'm saying?
Again, Taharka, I hear what y'all say. You're
going to have to create it in Colorado, or you're going to have to move out of Colorado.
I just asked you if there's one in Houston. Is there one in Houston?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, are you going to commute to Houston every time? Of course there's one in Houston. I got a brother in Houston that'll work with you. Most likely. My brother Selby Bay, he'll work with you. But the point that I'm making is, you have to dedicate yourself to what you want to do. You know what I mean? You got to learn the basics. You can learn the basics online. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, when you're ready to interface, you got to be ready to interface and go to the next step that the group is going to. Are you just waiting for some dramatics? You know what I mean? Because Moorish Science Temple of America is.
I'm not waiting for nothing dramatic. I'm waiting for the same 4 pillars of the community that we've been talking about for
most
50
true
years.
members of the Moorish Science Temple of America, they're really about building, and they're really about economics, and they're about political power, and they're about positioning themselves to put our
Let's be frank, we're not about to get political power, what they're trying to do with the Supreme Court. We're not about to get no political power. We're not about to get no political power.
Brother, you talking about Supreme? What about local? Local politics is everything. Did you know that?
It ain't even gonna matter on a local level if the Supreme Court shut it down.
Brother, you know what you remind me of a saying. You remind me of the saying that the Prophet Obadiah Ali says. He says, "Don't fall by climbing." In other words, every time something is proposed, don't say it's not going to work.
I'm not saying that's gonna work.
It should be. Well, let's look into that. What's your plan?
You said get on the political level. Or what did you?
No, that's one, brother. Let me tell you, the wagons are circled in on us. We need political power. We need economic power. We need social power. We need educational power. We need
economic power. We got plenty of black billionaires.
We need everywhere.
We got plenty of black billionaires and millionaires.
Brother, we got billionaires and millionaires, but they pour in the mine. So you will never have access to that money. So what you need to do is get with people who are ready to try to generate wealth and use it for the common good of the people. You can't depend on billionaires who are poor in the mind, and you can't wait for them to enrich their mind.
I'm not looking for a handout from Jay-Z. I'm just saying when you say
no, but what I'm saying is what you're talking about, you must do. You see, that's the Christian thought, waiting on Jesus to come. Jesus, you can wait on Jesus, but while you're waiting, you're waiting on Jesus, you got to do something, brother.
Look, there's an event that we do every week, Tuesday, Saturday, and Sundays. It's called Cast Not Cops. We give out to all the homeless shelters.
That's just one thing. That's just one thing, brother. But we are that's good though. What I'm saying is we need to understand that it's going to take us a collective. Brother, it's going to take a collective. It's going to take a lot of us so we can deal with all aspects of this oppression. Educationally, economically, socially. Brother, we are oppressed. We are an oppressed people in so many ways. Religiously, like it's just not one thing. So we need all hands on deck. Bottom line.
Look, I'm not going to debate with nobody about what they believe no more.
No, what I'm saying is, brother, you don't have to debate with somebody to believe, but people who believe in fantasy need to be instructed into reality, and either they accept it or they don't. If you believe that Jesus is going to bust the clouds and save you one day, that's on you. But I want to teach the young people that they have to demonstrate the Jesus that they talk about. In other words, they have to become the savior. That's what I want to teach young people. They have to become the savior.
I'm not looking for a savior.
But I'm just giving you an example. Like people can have whatever religion they want, but people can't see the central figure as the savior. They have to become the savior. They have to become the Muhammad. They have to become the Jesus. They have to become the noble Drew Alis. They have to become the these strong forces that influence their life. They have to become that. That's what we have to teach people. You got
when those people do when those people do come around, how many of us look to them until they're gone finally, I guess?
Brother, let me tell you, you get those who are willing. One of the sayings I have in our temple, then I'm gonna get out of here. We are for the young, the unborn, and the willing. The young, the unborn, and the willing. Those three demographics will change our conditions overnight.
The willing. I'm in the willing.
And the willing means that you're willing to sit back and say, give me your plan, show me what you got.
Yeah.
And from that,
I thought I was doing that. I thought I was doing that.
We can't do that here. We can't do that here. This is a platform. This is social media. This is a platform. Email me at tahakabay.com and we'll go from there.
The last guy I heard with a plan, he did it wrong. Apparently, next guy with a plan.
Brother, have I put a plan on social media for you? Has
Parker, you've been up here. You've been talking up here for 2 years. Give us your plan.
No.
You've been over here talking for 2 years. I didn't hear of you till this guy showed up.
And you're not.
What's your plan? This guy was wrong. What's your plan?
And you're not going to hear it. If you email me and you're interested in doing something practical and real, you can be a part of it. But if you're waiting for me to be a Grandmaster J and be a talking head and talk about my plan, you're crazy. This is not the forum for it.
I want to hear what your
this is not the forum for it.
More science tip of America. What is
any person that comes on social media and give you the blueprint of the path to liberation, uncut raw on social media, I can tell you that they are fool.
Big facts.
They are fool. So the only thing you're going to get from me on social media, you're going to get some entertainment, you're going to get some inspiration, and you're going to get some education. I say it all the time. I'm going to inspire you, I'm going to entertain you, and I'm going to educate you. Now, if that makes you want to go to the bridge and cross over and find out what else is going on, then email me at taharkabay@gmail.com. There you go.
Go stay what you got. I know I've been hearing a lot of talk. As long as I've been alive, I saw one guy who had and he was only around for a blink of an eye.
Ask yourself why, bro.
Apparently he was a bad example. So next, this bad example was the first thing I seen. I need the next good example then.
Brother, let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something.
Oh,
are you a Christian? Are you a Christian? Are you a believer? Or were you a Christian? Were you a Christian? Were you? At some time. All of us were sometime to some degree, I would imagine.
I'm agnostic.
Okay. Do you understand? Did you ever read brother? I'm not going to condemn you.
Your mic is cutting it out. Your mic is cutting it. It's like
can you hear me now?
No, hold on, wait.
Can you hear me, Bleak? Or was that him?
Hold on. I can't.
All right. So look, let me say this before I go. I think it's you, brother. But I say this.
No, I hear you now.
All right, so listen. If you're familiar with the story of Jesus, right? Jesus, right? He had 12 disciples, right? And
yeah, that's what they said.
Let me finish, brother. Listen to the principle of the story. You don't have to believe in Jesus, nor do you have to believe in the context and what I'm talking, but just listen to the concept of what I'm saying. He had 12 disciples, and when the Romans came to get him, he was left alone. Peter dipped on him. Main man kissed him because they didn't even know who he was when they was looking for him, and to identify him, he was kissed on the cheek. But his inner circle was 12 strong brothers, supposedly. But now look at this. When it was all said and done, he was by himself. But now, the bigger picture to Jesus is he fed 5,000 people with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. All of these 5,000 people, none came to his rescue. His inner circle was 12. When it was all said and done, he was by himself. What is the wisdom behind that? Brother, if you're looking for a bunch of people to think like you, you're sadly mistaken. You'll be lucky. No. You asking who doing it. What I'm telling you is you're not going to see it because you're looking for something that doesn't exist. Because you've seen so many people on the internet following Grandmaster J, you thought that was it. But that's never it. When it all said and done, Jesus was by himself. When Muhammad had to get low from Mecca and run to Ethiopia, it was him and a few people. So only thing I'm saying, brother, do your due diligence. Connect with the real. It's only going to be a few. Stop asking where it is. The few is hard to find, but they will appear from sincerity of heart. Be sincere in heart of wanting liberation for your people, not rhetoric. Want liberation for your people, not challenging people. Want liberation for your people by putting in the work that it takes that everybody may not see. Everybody may not see and not even acknowledge. Just like you asked me, what have you done? You may not never see what I've done. But the point is, the small group is the real ones. What you say, brother?
I said, what does it take? You said, I
said email me. I said
before
email.
Before you. There's been plenty of people before you who spoke, have they not?
How can I speak
Nobody has come along and said what it takes. I'm pretty sure people would read from the same.
How can I speak for somebody else's efforts, brother? I can give an assessment, but I can't speak for somebody's efforts. I will not waste my time speaking on somebody's efforts. But what I will say, you can join the efforts that we got on the ground now.
You won't spend your time talking about somebody else's efforts, Tarka?
Listen what I'm saying. I'm not going to spend my time right here with you talking about somebody else's efforts that was a failure. What I will do is say, with you.
That's an effort. That's an effort. That's an effort.
What I'm saying, you join my effort or join somebody's efforts. Because you already know. Now, I will spend my time to enlightening somebody who are not familiar with these frauds, who are not familiar with these failed efforts, but I'm pretty sure that you're familiar. So I won't spend no more time with this. I got to go.
Well, are we not talking about this right now with Malik right now? Isn't this not what your live was about with Malik?
Yeah, but guess what?
Okay, this is another failed effort, and you're talking about it.
But it's not for you. You already know.
You have a wider audience who gets this already, that these are failures. Why keep talking about them?
How much you want to bet that a year from now, this dude's going to be one of Crystal Muhammad's like 3 husbands?
I'm gonna say it one more time, brother. Just because you have awakened, that doesn't mean that somebody else isn't. Somebody is waking up every day. There's a new subscriber every day. So this is not for you. If you know, it's not for you. This is for those who don't know.
This is the loudest voice telling us about all the frauds. Tell us where to go. Fuck the frauds. Tell us where to go now.
It's not for you, brother. If you know, I can't teach you if you know. The hospital is for the sick.
Why waste your time talking about frauds when you can be telling us what we need to do? Fuck the frauds.
With that being said, I allowed Bleak Gillian to take us out. I wasted enough time with that. Hopefully you'll get it later. Bleak, what you got for me, brother?
What's the deal, man? Yeah, like I felt the young brother, man. Like I just, my initial impression was that he was just like, kind of a babe in the woods and just kind of like, was looking for his way to go. I
can tell you what it is. I understand it to a degree. I understand it to a degree, right? I remember, shout out to Arizona. I went to Arizona last year for the first time, man.
Okay.
And Bleak, I was blown away. I grew up around us. I grew up
in a completely different landscape, right?
Brother, there's nowhere in the world that I could function properly after all of my life being raised in a 90-10 ratio us.
Right. I hear you.
To a 30-70 ratio us. There's no way. So I kind of understand the mentality and the frustration. A lot of the frustration is that you haven't the experience of overcoming in the resilience that we gain from growing up in our environment.
Absolutely.
But you do have the experience of the oppression and the stress of dealing with the oppressor.
Second-handedly, though, but absolutely.
Yeah, but you don't have. So I understand the frustration because I'm telling you, when I went to Arizona for the first time, I was like, whoa. I remember when I went to Chicago for the first time, bro. I'm comfortable on the South Side. I'm
Right.
not affiliated or nothing. I'm comfortable. People like, you sure you want to? Yeah, I'm good. I mean, but if you put me in an environment where as though it lacks majority of my people, I kind of
then you feel like a fish out of water.
yeah, bro. So I understand his frustration because he don't really understand this journey of liberation as it relates to the experience that come with getting to this point, if you will. I mean, this takes experience to get to this point.
For me, and you know, I've had a conversation with Sean about this actually in the recent couple of days, bro. I'm a Philly guy. I'm raised right up there in Germantown, 2 hours away from y'all. Feel me? So you know how Germantown get down, right?
Absolutely.
But in order for me, you know, on my journey and what I've been looking for.
Hey, bro, that's why you was talking so slick. You know, Philly and Baltimore got that slick talk.
Yeah, we talk greasy. We talk real greasy.
You was talking greasy.
I talk real greasy. You know what I'm saying?
My bad.
But
like Gilly said, talking real spicy.
On my journey for enlightenment, like I was kind of like, you know, there were things that I needed to learn, and there were things that I needed to unlearn, and I had to break away from that. Sean could tell you what my life is like right now, and TB, like it's a 180-degree turn from the proximity in which I'm used to dwelling in. But in order for that, and I understand what you're saying, like, you know, when you're outside of an environment that's not traditional to what you and I understand, then you feel like out of place. But I feel like we have to move away from that in order to move forward, because that's kind of what keeps us trapped. Absolutely. And in order for us to seek true liberation, we have to free ourselves from the trap. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You know, my thing is I embrace those. I embrace the different experience. You know what I'm saying? I embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do understand a brother like Sergeant Juice who doesn't have the experience that we may have from a Philadelphia or Baltimore. Philadelphia and Baltimore, they twin cities for real. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Row houses.
Down to the row houses. You feel me?
Exactly. So, you know what I mean? Y'all got the cheese steak and we got the half and half. It is what it is. No chicken box.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I can understand, you know, just from traveling around the country, how one can miss out on some of these experiences that mold us and shape us into our concepts as we deliver them now. And I don't think he will be able to express how to respond to I guess oppression in a way that we know how. You know what I mean?
He will always react to it in an ultra emotional way, because he's not used to dealing with it in an emotional, irrational day. And if at the end of this conversation, I hope for nothing else, I just hope he doesn't really end up in the hands of a Big Shirley. You know what I mean? Because I feel like right now somewhere Big Shirley's watching your show, licking her chops, can't wait to get her hands on this young man. You know what I mean? Like she is watching your show, like waiting to get him to be a part of her harem. Or what was the boy from North Carolina you had on a couple weeks ago? You know, he could end up underneath a guy like that swing. You know what I mean? Like all that energy can just be like misused and misguided and just taken for granted and used wrong.
Right. I got you. And that's the thing, man. At the end of the day, you know, I just hope, like I said, man, if he get online and he get with some people and then maybe he take a few trips and all that, maybe it'll wake up. Maybe he'll wake up, you know what I mean? But he got to change his environment. You know what I mean? Or like you say, you're just going to be emotionally frustrated and you're just going to be lashing out from emotions. Then you won't have practical solutions.
Absolutely.
So Bleak, I'll be glad when we can get busy and do something, man. You talking to Sean?
I've been waiting on a show, bro. Like I've been waiting to do my show, man. Like,
no, it's coming.
I'm waiting to do my show, man.
It's coming.
I talked to Sean, man. Like we like it's lit.
We gonna do a Treyway, and we gonna set.
We got all the receipts. We got all the receipts, TB.
Sean,
we got all the receipts.
Listen, family.
It's about to be a classic.
Listen.
I promise.
I'm a text Sean when I come down off here, and I'm gonna tell him set it up. When he say go, we say go. It's done. But I appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely.
So, family, thank y'all for tuning in tonight. I didn't mean to go this long, but that was a good conversation, and maybe young brother will wisen up a little bit. And so, with that being said, family, I appreciate you, and we be back tomorrow night. I done lost my voice talking to young brother. Goodness gracious.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. If you a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you you wasn't black, proved it with straight facts. You tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. Family, see y'all tonight, 9:30. Let's go.